This is where I insert that SpongeBob thing where it goes 6 hours later.
Mm-hmm.
What follows is a brief construction montage.
One of my trainers was coming at me while I was setting some stuff up, and she was all like, "Hey, this particular thing isn't working." I was like, "Did you restart the position?" She goes, "No, I'll try that." Right? I never hear from her again, so I assume it's fixed. And she comes back like an hour later. All right, now this particular thing isn't working. I was like, "Did you try restarting that position?" She goes, Why do you keep suggesting that?" It's like, because it keeps working.
He's gone.
Is he gone? Am I talking to myself? That's awesome. I love it. Okay.
We're all here. We all hear you.
Oh, you're here too.
Hello.
Yep. Hi.
Whether we
Oh,
actually
great.
choose
I've
to
lost
listen to
audio
you.
now.
So why did you purposely
Oh,
edit
this
it
is
to make it
amazing.
sound like I was on my
Right.
phone last week?
Not muted.
Sorry?
Why did you purposely
I haven't turned the headset down.
edit me to make it sound like I was on my phone last week?
Did you actually listen to the show?
No.
Well then, don't be silly.
No, no.
Don't just take the word of listeners that like to wind you up.
But I trust them.
Well, I can still.
You shouldn't.
You're the one that does sketchy stuff all the time.
Oh,
You actually
hello.
listen to the
Hello
show.
again.
Hello again.
One debt to society later.
When you load into a Nightfall and it's halfway done, you think, okay, something has gone horribly wrong here. Is it because of the people who are still here, or is it because of the person who has left? And it was because of the two people that were still there, it turns out. So we got through it.
But you didn't
took
meet
a
the
while.
person that left. That could have been exactly the same.
Yeah.
This is true. This is very true.
Is it your turn to eat during the show, Peroty?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I figure I have breakfast. You have breakfast. Everyone should have breakfast.
My breakfast is still en route.
I have
So.
I have beer.
See, they've got beer. We've got breakfast.
5 minutes later.
I am the worst possible hunter that can't jump. I'm
thought
better
you
than I used to
I
be.
thought you were a warlock main.
No, that was you.
No, I was never a warlock main. You better stop that slanderous immediately.
That appears to be annoying you slightly, so I may just carry it on.
16 paranoia-filled days later.
No, I've just literally loaded into Steam. So check again.
Yeah.
Where am I checking? You guys say this
Right.
like I know this like the back of my hand.
Right, you
I have
see,
no idea where
hang
I'm
on, hang on,
looking.
hang on. Go on where it says your name on the top bar.
In the Steam app.
I'm
okay?
not in a Steam app. I'm in a Destiny game.
Well, go to the Steam app then.
Oh my god, this is so complicated. Why isn't
It's
it
not
all in the Destiny
complicated.
game? Why is it not in the game?
Many hours later.
So in the Steam app, go to the top where it says friends. Actually, first of all, go where it says Steam. Okay. You should see change
Yeah.
account, go offline, check Steam client.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So check your settings. Make sure
And
that.
then
and
What am I
then-
checking in settings?
Nothing. I've misled you. Go to where it says friends.
Many unbearable hours later.
Well, why didn't you say that to start off with? All these weeks that we've been going round and round in circles, and you haven't told me this.
We did.
No, he hasn't. He
You're
hasn't
probably
told me this.
offline. You're probably showing us
Why am I
offline.
telling
Yeah,
you
but
to
why
check
am I
your friends
offline? I
list?
don't
You were probably
understand.
checking your friends list in Destiny instead of in
Oh,
Steam like
yes,
a
I was.
jabroni.
Why would I need to be in Steam? I need to be in Destiny to
Because
check my
you're on
friends list.
PC now. Steam is
Oh
now
my
your
god,
client.
this is so complicated.
It's not though. You're complicated.
It's so complicated.
he's an old British man who doesn't understand your newfangled kids and your computers.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Who's joined me? Why have you joined me? And who's joined me? I can't see anything that's going on now. What's going on?
It's got to be Arv because it ain't me.
7 hours later.
Nitedemon, just remember that anything in the world when you're born is normal and ordinary and just part of the way the world works. Anything that is invented between when you're about 15 and 35 is new and exciting and revolutionary, and you can probably get a career in it. Anything invented after you're 35 is against the natural order of things.
Thousands of tears later.
Oh, what have you done? It's gone on black screen now.
I can black screen anybody.
You're about to be shoved off the edge by my sparrow.
Shoved off. Where were we?
We're on the moon.
Is it made of cheese?
I was in
You
Steam
were
for
stood-
1 second.
You were
And
you were
then-
right next to Eris, and all of a sudden we're going back down to the moon again,
What? What happened? Why are you with me?
and we're back on the moon.
Because we're joining respawn.
It's
We
getting
might as well-
dark. It's,
we
it's
might as well
getting
tag
very
along.
dark.
Damn it.
Let's see if Respawn can complete things with 2 layabouts.
Oh, I
I
absolutely can.
I'm up to 12 frames. I'm up to 12 frames.
I'm up to 12. Say up to 12.
Yeah. Up to as many as 12 frames. What?
Oh my god.
One extremely annoying shift later.
If you want to turn it on, go to options.
What in?
Sorry, I meant settings. My bad.
Welcome
In the
back
game,
to
in the
How
game,
to
in the
Play
game, in the
Destiny
game,
on
in the game.
PC.
This
Right, okay.
Featuring all these nerds.
Right, I'm in options.
Okay. Now.
And
Video.
And then I think maybe we should just kind of skip this bit and just start with the show.
7 hours later.
That's better. I've had to turn all the sound effects and that down so I can hear you.
Oh, turn them up. There's nothing here worth hearing.
8 hours later.
Oh, just to show off, I've just hit 160 frames a second.
You animal. I'm at 70 when we're in orbit.
No, it's sitting steady at 120 in orbit.
See, it doesn't help you though. Okay, so here's the thing. If your machine can go up to, let's say, 150 frames, right?
Talking
But your
to me or him?
monitor, both of you, but your
Doesn't matter.
monitor
He's
only
just
refreshes
talking.
at 60 hertz a second.
A lot of boring math later.
Respawn, where'd you go on your computer to find out what spec it is?
Hmm?
Where'd you go on your laptop to find out what spec it is?
What your specs are?
Yeah.
Well, that's a few different things. So if you're just talking about like your RAM and things like, actually, there's a program called CPUZ. That's Charlie Papa Uniform Zulu. Okay, you download that. It gives you all of your specs all in one
Charlie
spot. Your
Papa
RAM.
Uniform Zulu.
Mhm.
CPU overclocking.
No. No.
2,000 years later.
I appreciate you guys giving me time to play Destiny before we talk about Destiny this week.
I'm so glad that our listeners
I got
don't have to listen to all of this.
CPU 5 or
But they do.
Res Monevo.
No, don't, because it gets cut out and we just insert here to start the show.
They're all over at Respawn, listening intently. All like 16 of them, right?
It's like they tune in to listen to the show and then they hear this twaddle.
3,000 whoop-who's later.
I have no recommendations as I don't know any other streamers.
You do know other streamers.
Houndish
know
is sitting right here.
No, not Houndish.
That's fair. Yeah, Houndish might be willing to assist. I forgot all
No,
about that.
not.
One long angry line later.
Right, Respawn, you sent me this link. What do I click on?
The link.
One day we'll start the show.
Yes, I've got.
24 hours later.
If only there was a way to send him a message back via the same means he had sent you a message. I believe communication methods these days are two-way. You could say it's the epitome of convenience.
Oh no! You know what happened? It was the old can on a string trick. He can't send a message back. Did he cut the string?
Oh, he probably cut the string, or
He cut the string on him.
Yeah,
He sent the message, cut the string, and can't get back
Mhm.
in touch with him.
Oh, knock it off. I sent him the message.
That was very diplomatic of you. Oh, knock it off. That was definitely not a respawnism.
No.
Oh, knock it off. Oh,
Respawn.
you guys. Oh, gosh. Golly.
Golly gosh.
Oh, stop it. Stop pulling one's leg. What?
You know what? I can't even say anything. He's got me. I want to be mad and I want to retaliate, but at the moment I have no feet to stand on.
Oh. And now for something completely different.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
a show where we discuss tips, tricks, and tools to help all Guardians succeed and enjoy playing more.
What makes us different? Well, for starters, we're not streamers or YouTubers. We just have a passion for Destiny and are dedicated to keeping Guardians informed and up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 info, news, and opinions.
We encourage your questions and feedback. You can contact us either by email at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com or on Twitter at twotitans_hunter.
Now, on with the show. So welcome to Two Titans this week. We have two hunters, so it's two Titans, two hunters.
Right.
And not a single warlock to be found. Sorry, warlocks.
No. We have the amazing Peroty, the subpar hunter, Respawn,
Shut up.
and the ever amazing Not Half. And myself, Nitedemon, of course.
I can't even bring you to the sponge mission, dude.
Why not? Why can't you just click?
It says you don't have the requirement.
I probably don't.
For the
Just-
sponge mission, it says this person does not have a season of the Splicer, whatever. And
Well, not on my
Demon
laptop, I
Slayer-
don't. No. Yeah, on my Xbox, yes. That's where I buy all the stuff.
Just take them to trials. It'll be fine. They can play
Not
trials.
going to trials, Peroty.
That is amazing.
I don't see why you're against this. I mean, South Dakota trials has got to be the most low-key trials there is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, how many people play Destiny in South Dakota? It's probably you and like two other people. So you should have this.
Well,
Yeah, but
transfer
those
me
two other
leadership.
people are going to be like freaking asked across and Fallout, probably.
No, they don't live in South
Oh, I think we're in.
Dakota.
I think we're in.
No, next season, when it's crossplay, that shouldn't be an issue. I can actually play Destiny on my phone. And
I promise you, he will. He absolutely
Oh.
will.
No, I know. I'm laughing because it's going to happen.
yeah. I do it now. I was sitting in bed the other morning and I grabbed my controller, logged in, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I went, "I'm just looking at something on Destiny." She went, "Oh my God, you can play it on the phone as well now." Oh, we are down to 4 frames. We are
80.
kicking it with the.
75.
Bro, you're not even playing Destiny. You're watching a PowerPoint presentation. Told you.
No, I just shot that Cabal in the back.
Did you? Because I still see all the Cabal around you.
No. Oh, it gave me five glimmer. I can move it from side to side and shoot. So, next week in Destiny, guys.
Destiny playable through PowerPoint.
Yeah. We have a new expunge mission going live.
It's called the Microsoft Destiny Experience.
Yeah.
Oh,
Iron
geez.
Banner and Mayhem return to the Crucible with
And
Valor
yes,
boosts
Iron
all
Banner
week
was
long.
here last week, and it's here again.
And when we went over this last week, you were upset that you missed out on the Pinnacle rewards.
I
So,
never said I
you
was
know,
upset about it. I just said I
did.
didn't get them.
You can also stop Kargan in the Insight Terminus Nightfall, and that will be your featured Grandmaster of the week.
Yay.
Mm.
That one actually isn't too bad. So
But is there a cheese spot where you can hide under the map and take out the boss like you
Nope.
can in the Glassway?
I didn't know you could do that in the last way.
You can.
That's probably gonna
sir.
get patched.
You sure can.
You can.
Cheese Forever has all the things you need to know about hiding under the map in the Glassway and taking out the boss without getting hit, because you can shoot through the floor. But that won't help you this week. That would have helped you last week.
Mm-hmm.
As we continue with Grandmaster Nightfalls, we have the Insight Terminus, which was meant to be our third. So I'm not sure whether they have mixed things up now, and because this is what happened about a month back, didn't it? They announced that it was the Insight Terminus, and then they went, "Oh no, that's not right. It's the Fallen Saber Strike first, and then it's Insight Terminus." So all
Don't they
bets are
keep
off.
Breaking the Insight Terminus, isn't that the one that keeps breaking on them and they go, "Hey, it's gonna be this one." Oh, it's not letting people finish it. Oh, we're gonna pull that. Never mind.
Is that the one?
No, I think they got it wrong, didn't they? The first time they were like, "Oh, it was the Insight Terminus," and then they sent out on Twitter, didn't they, and said, "Oh no, it's not. It's going to be Fallen Saber." So it could still be the Fallen Saber, but they're saying it's Insight Terminus.
So all bets are off. It's gonna be a Nightfall. You're gonna see like
We don't
47
know.
YouTube videos,
Bungie
and they will
doesn't
tell you all
know.
about it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to know, we still have the list from above which will be in our show notes, he's done an updated version of the Glassway Nightfall for the Grandmasters. He also has the Fallen Saber, the Insight Terminus, Inverted Spire, Warden of Nothing, Disgraced, and Season 14 Grandmaster tips and tricks, if you want to kind of go back and have a look at those. And every week, if he does an updated version, I will then change it to the updated version each week, because remember, in about 6 weeks' time, all Grandmasters are open season, so you can all play them in whatever rotation you want to. So they'll all be helpful at that point. Plus, as Peroty mentioned, Cheese Forever has a couple of tips for easy Glassway GM boss cheese, which is hiding underneath the map. There's a new area that wasn't patched from last time. And there's also easy capture plates in the Glassway Grandmaster as well. So that involves just hiding, mainly. Also, next week, we have some more Lost Sectors for you and some more guides.
All the guys.
So Monday's reset will be the Moon with the K1 crew quarters, which will be your chests, and Ibontis has a guide for you for that. Tuesday, again, it's Ibontis with the Moon K1 Revelations, and that'll be for helmets. Wednesdays will be PV Shifty on Europa for the Concealed Void guide, and that'll be your legs again. That'd be good, because that's one that people want. Thursday is Time Sausage Gaming Channel, again on Europa, the Bunker E15 guide, and that will be for gauntlets. Time Sausage Gaming again on Friday's reset with the Petition, which is going to be your chests. And then Saturday is going to be the Quarry on the EDZ, your helmets. Finally, Sunday, the EDZ, your Bontis has got you covered with the Scavenger's Den for your legs again. So that's a couple of rotations there up until the following Monday, if you are looking to do any of those for any of the new exotics from Beyond Light going forward. And don't forget, you can still go back in there and farm other exotics for specific helmets, legs, gauntlets, boots, whatever. Yeah.
That's all you're getting.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you
Thanks for
us.
joining us this week. Thanks, Notar, for dropping in, saying hello at the beginning, and that's it. Grabbing a beer.
Yeah, there's
Well,
some
I'm still
PvP,
here.
there's some Grandmasters, and that's it. We're done. That's the entire show this week. That's all you get. People said they like a longer show, so we said, well, no, we're gonna give you like a half, 20 minutes, 45 minutes. That's it. That's all you get.
That's right. Don't tell us how to run our podcast. What's wrong with you?
It's 45 minutes if we add all that twaddle in at the beginning.
Oh, that twaddle.
We are
Just
nothing if not full of twaddle.
Zero Destiny information this week.
All the twaddle you could ever want.
Yeah. On the bright side, though, some weapons are coming back. What weapons are coming back?
I don't know
From
what weapons are coming back.
No, we're not talking about the weapons yet. Don't you talk about the weapons
We're not talking about anything at the moment. So
We'll
We
see.
are.
Respawn, that's because it's getting dark. This week at Bungie, it's getting dark. It's so dark. I can't see. The Endless Night has really ramped up this week, and the tower is now in full dark mode. So now you can play it at night without hurting your eyes, because everything's in beautiful dark mode. Strange things are afoot. Guardians are searching for answers, and by diving even deeper into the Vex network. Hopefully the source is found soon, as it's looking pretty problematic right now. Yeah, you could say that, Bungie. Mm-hmm.
could say that.
The bravest and most powerful have started taking on the Grandmaster Nightfalls that went live this week with the Glassway. For anyone not aware, Grandmaster Nightfalls are some of the most difficult content to aspire to. If you've reached the proper power but haven't given it a go yet, Plug 1 was up for grabs this week, so get in there and be brave. But now it's not, and now it's gone.
Just a question. Can you guys still actually hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay then.
Yes, caller. And I appreciate you shooting for the moon with us, because back in January, they announced that 4 weapons from the Dreaming City and 4 weapons from the moon were being reissued with new perk pools, but had not brought them all back yet. In the next update, currently scheduled for the 6th of July, we'll be reissuing the remaining moon and Dreaming City weapons with new perks, and all of these weapons will drop from their original source on their respective destination. Here's the full list of weapons, along with many more examples the Nitedemon has collected for you, because you would expect nothing less.
You just got to bear with me a second, because I've got all the light.gg pages up and I can't seem to get to them because Destiny is frozen.
3 hours later.
And he just left.
Yeah, he told you he was
Could
in
have waited till we
Destiny.
finished the box and got the actual reward.
Yeah.
I
didn't-
couldn't get there. It was frozen.
He's not here for your rewards. You know what he is here for, though?
We don't want to hear about your clan.
Right? Yeah.
He is here for the loud lullaby. That's going to have tunnel vision roll with it. He's also here for the one small step that's going to have trench barrel. Tranquility, that'll roll with Frenzy. Arc Logic, that'll roll with Heating Up, which is, beautiful for a nice frosty gun.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Dreambreaker will have Cornered. Every waking moment's going to roll with Killing Wind. Love and Death, Chain Reaction. Fine Memorial, Adrenaline Junkie. And Night Terror will have one for all. So you get a Night Terror, you get a Night Terror, and not Arf,
Everybody
you
gets
get
a
a
Night
Night
Terror.
Terror.
Woohoo!
And then for the Dreaming City weapons, much shorter list. Tiger Spite's going to have Frenzy. Twilight Oath is going
I'm
to have
excited
Vorpal
about
Weapon.
that. Dude, I'm
I'm not-
really excited about that.
I'm not excited about the Twilight Oath having Vorpal Weapon. And Abide the
No, no.
Return is going to have Thresh.
Tiger Spite. The Tiger Spite with Feeding Frenzy? Yes, please.
Not Feeding Frenzy, just Frenzy.
Oh, still. It's still
Different
good.
frenzies, different perk entirely.
It's still
So-
good, though.
Quickly running over the perks that they're saying that are going to be involved in the new perk pool. So some of these may not just have one that they're featuring, that they're mentioning next to that weapon. They may have a couple of them. So your tunnel vision, it's reloading after defeating a target, greatly increases target acquisition and aim down sight speed for a short duration. Trench barrel, after a successful melee hit, this weapon gains increased damage, handling, and reload speed for a short duration or until 3 shots are fired. Frenzy, being in combat for an extended time increases damage. I believe it's something like 12 seconds, isn't it, guys?
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember.
You know,
I
it's
believe-
12 exactly.
Yeah, I believe Fallout said it's something like 12. So yeah, increases your damage, handling, and reload speed for this weapon until you are out of combat. So it's good. So it takes 12 seconds to proc, but then if you're constantly in combat, it's a good PvE perk, but not so much as a PvP perk.
Right.
Yeah, something fun if you're in a target-rich environment.
Yeah. You have your heating up, which is final blows with this weapon increase accuracy, stability, whilst improving vertical recoil. Cornered, which is one of the newer perks, which is faster charge time or draw time when surrounded by combatants. Killing Wind is your final blows grant increased mobility, weapon range, and handling for a short duration. Chain Reaction, each final blow with this weapon creates an elemental damage explosion.
Love it.
Adrenaline Junkie, grenade final blows grant bonus damage and handling for a moderate duration. One for All, hitting 3 separate targets increases damage for a moderate duration. Your Vorpal, that's increased damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians with their supers active. And Respawn's favourite perk, Thresh, likes it on everything, even his sandwiches. Killing combatants with this weapon generates a small amount of super energy. See, because I thought I'd kind of quickly go over those, because every time that they list like the perks, they just go, right, this is the name of it. And I go, I recognise your name,
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
but I
half
don't
of them I
remember
don't
what
remember.
you do.
Yeah,
You
Cornered,
do
I didn't even
something.
remember being a perk. I was like,
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I could not tell you at all what it was.
I haven't got it
There's-
on
there's
any
like
of
the
my
4
weapons.
Yeah, there's like the 4 perks that I know what they do and remember, and the rest I go, yeah, that's a thing. And I read the description and I go, yep, don't need that.
But this, I mean, they list it in the TWAB, don't they, of the specific weapons getting at least one of those perks for
Mhm.
each one. So we've gone through the perks and reminded you what the perks do. So we'll go through the weapons and just remind you what the weapons are and what they can do. Well, I say you guys continue to play the game over there on the PC, and Peroty and I can do this part.
I've already left the fire team
Yeah, he's gone.
because I'm actually looking for something.
Okay. So your Loud Lullaby, which is your kinetic hand cannon, has an impact of 92, range of 58, stability of 25, and this is the base. And it's another 120 RPM hand cannon. Aim assist of 60, a recoil of 98, so it tends to bounce vertically, which is quite nice. So already there were quite a few good perks on there. They had your opening shot, you had your explosive payload, you had your rampage, you had your multi-kill clip, and you had demolitionist on there with outlaw, subsistence, and accurized rounds. So it may be one to look out for if they're putting like tunnel vision on there as well, which is also going to help boost target acquisition and things after you get your kill. So what do you guys reckon?
As far as what? What perks are good?
The Loud Lullaby. Is this another hand cannon in the primary
well-
slot that you're going to be looking out for or not?
Not me.
You already know the
Because-
answer to that, sir.
But well, not only that, but 120s are supposedly going to be getting a nerf here soon. So when they get nerfed, I'm looking more for the rapid fire pulse rifles or the high impact pulse rifles because those are going to get an indirect buff because of the 120 nerf. So That's what I'm keeping an eye open for. And I mean,
It's a hand cannon.
currently, at the time that this is going to come out, it's still going to be viable for PvP because it hasn't been nerfed yet, right? So yeah, I mean, currently it's still going to be good. But the Loud Lullaby, I don't like the kick pattern it's got. It's awkward to use, and that's my feel. It looks good, but it's
What, straight up? Really upsets you?
is it straight up? I remember.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of the other one covered in grass. Never mind. The Vex one. Disregard.
Oh, okay. No, this is the ones that you can get from the Lectern of Enhancement, Enchantment
moon.
on the moon, which Respawn will fly to and tell us some information about in a second.
You can't. Okay, fine.
No, not now. Not now, but after we've gone through these weapons.
But
Don't
what I'm
do it
saying
yet.
is you can't see the weapons. You can only see how to get the weapons.
That's what I want you to tell the people.
Oh, okay, fine.
So our next weapon is One Small Step, which is our legendary kinetic shotgun. It's a rapid fire, fires full auto with deeper ammo reserves, faster reload when emptied. And this can roll with several cool things. It has a 1-2 punch, has rampage, also has opening shot and snapshots. So it's one of the ones that can roll with snapshot and quick draw. Also with hip fire and moving target. So this being a rapid fire, it has an impact of 65, a range of 32, aim assist of 68, and recoil of 60. So it tends to right. As a magazine of 7. So this is more of a PvE weapon. So with these things, if it can roll with trench barrel, again, very similar to like the 1-2 punch, getting a melee kill or a melee hit, then gives you extended damage on from your trench barrel. So probably why that's been included. You have Tranquility, which is your legendary kinetic sniper rifle. And this bad boy has an impact of 70, a range of 52. And rounds per minute is 90 with a magazine of 4, aim assist of 61, a recoil of 62, so it tends to the right.
That is a high aim assist for a sniper rifle. For those of you that don't know, sniper rifles don't normally get that level of aim assist, and this one is at a 61.
And
That
these are your base stats I'm reading you for all these
Yeah.
weapons.
Yeah, this is that you want to get your hands on that for PvP. The zoom isn't great because it's a high zoom, I believe, right? But that 61 aim assist is really hard to overlook. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that's the one I did all of my like PvP, like adored quests. I think I have one of these, and that's what I use with like all the sniper rifle perks because the aim assist on it was just ridiculous.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the only way I've
one
ever
that's got
done
a
well
better
with
aim
snipers.
assist is the old sniper rifle from the original Callus raid. I forgot what it's called, but that's the only sniper
Alone
in
as
the
a god.
game. I think, yeah, that's the only one that's got a higher aim assist than this. I think.
Well, this is an adaptive frame, so it's not like the high impact ones, but it's still pretty decent. I think with certain perks and certain loadouts, you can still get near enough a one-shot kill with some things. So this can also roll with opening shot, snapshot sights, box breathing. One that's good for PvE content, which is firing line. This weapon deals increased precision damage when near 2 or more allies. Also rolls with field prep, no distractions, so you could have no distractions, box breathing on there. Also has outlaw. So yeah, it may be one to kind of look out for. And this is the one that's going to possibly roll with a frenzy perk on there. Next, we have one of the best auto rifles. Now, this is a really good one. The Arc Logic. So this is an arc energy weapon auto rifle. Unfortunately, it's one of the... Oh, no, it's not one of the 450s. I thought it was one of the 450s.
No, it's not
So this
fast
is...
fire.
No, it's a 600 RPM, aim assist of 65, recoil of 47, so it tends to the left, impact of 21, and a range of 44. So this is a really good one. I like this one. Worked well with some of the good Titan builds out there. It could roll with tap the trigger, rangefinder, rampage, demolitionist, and triple tap. Also with outlaw, overflow. I remember this was one of your favourite ones, wasn't it, Peroty? Because you had overflow, So you could get overflowed like Rampage on there or Moving Target and tap the trigger. So that was pretty decent. Also with Accurized Round, so it gives you +10 to the range. And a couple of good barrel perks like Small Bore, giving you range and stability +7 on there. So yeah, this is very similar to the Gnawing Hunger. So you've got your Void option, and this will be your Arc option. So good for like Nightfalls and things like that, where it has a burn on it. Yes, sir. Would you like to put your hand up?
Yes.
Yes, color.
One thing that you do have to be aware of when getting this gun, everything they've said is true. But the arc logic has a tendency to have a magazine flare that's distracting. Even after they reduce the magazine flare, not magazine, the barrel, the freaking, damn it. The flare at the end of the
The muzzle flash.
And even after they reduce it, it's still there and it's still distracting. So, it is a good gun. If you don't care about muzzle flash or whatever, or you can ignore it, great. But just be aware that it's still a thing before you go farming for this.
And this is one that could potentially have heating up on. So that's a good one. So final blows with this weapon increase accuracy and stability whilst improving vertical recoil. So you get improved vertical recoil, but lots of muzzle flash. Next, we have the Dreambreaker, which is the legendary energy fusion rifle. I can't remember which one, what energy it was. I'm going to say arc, but I can't remember 100%, and I can't seem to see on light.gg where it actually says what burn it was. Anyway, this is an adaptive frame, so it's a well-rounded grip, reliable and sturdy. Impact of 70, a range of 37, aim assist of 43, and a recoil of 57, so it tends to the right.
It is
Again, mainly more of a
solar.
PvE one.
It's
Is
solar.
it a solar one? Okay, thank you. So it has Rampage on there. It has Backup Plan, Disruption Break, which is always quite a good PvE one. Tap the trigger, Firmly Planted, Moving Target, Rangefinder, Auto-Loading Holster, and then a couple of kind of battery ones to kind of shorten or extend the battery life, to shorten the charge or extend the charge. We then have Every Waking Moment, which is your legendary energy submachine gun. Again, I can't remember what the burn is on that one. This is a precision frame, so the weapon's recoil pattern is more predictably vertical. Has an impact of 25, range of 54, stability of 44, aim assist of 56, and a recoil of 91, so it tends to the left.
It also has a zoom of 13, which is not great for PV anything. So,
But I think what we've learned with submachine guns, or what I've kind of picked up from listening to Massive Breakdown podcasts and other places like Fallout Plays and Firing Range, is that with some submachine guns like this, with those zooms, you want to kind of lean more into hip firing it. So getting hip fire perks on them, seeing as they've now been buffed, and it does run with a hip fire grip in one of the perk slots. So it might be a good one to kind of roll with. It also has Swashbuckler, so this weapon gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with this weapon. Kill Clip, Demolitionist.
Every Waking Moment is void, by the way. Sorry.
That's all right. Eye of the Storm, and has Dynamic Sway, which Massive Breakdowns has just realised in one of their recent podcasts that Dynamic Sway is a very, very good perk. So you could pair this with Hipfire Grip and Dynamic Sway, and apparently, according to Massive Breakdowns, that's Mercules and Kate Catcher, that it would have literally no bloom on it. So
Correct.
you could.
Yeah. Well, initially you'll have some bloom, but the thing about dynamic sway is the longer you hold the trigger down, the better stability you get, the smaller the bloom gets. So yeah, towards half of the magazine or the end of the magazine, yeah, you're going to be shooting a laser.
Just for reference, I will link the Massive Breakdowns podcast that talks about the dynamic sway, because Kate Catcher actually goes off and does a bit more testing on things like Eye of the Storm, Hipfire Grip, Tap the Trigger, and kind of gives you a better overview of what the perks actually do and how they kind of work on like submachine guns and auto rifles mainly. But that looks to be a really good roll. If you can get one with dynamic sway, Hipfire Grip, it also has ricochet rounds on there. That may be a very good one for PvP, I think. So
Yeah.
that's one to kind of look out for. Next, we have one of the best grenade launchers that came out of Shadowkeep.
Love and Death. Yes.
Love and Death. So this was a rapid fire frame, so it had deeper ammo reserves, slightly faster reload when the magazine was empty. And it was one of the grenade launchers that could roll with full court,
Full
which
court,
was
spike grenades, and God, what was the
rangefinder.
last- That wasn't the God roll though. I have the God roll. Hold on, give me a second.
He's got the
But
God
yeah,
roll.
it is a solar. I do have a God roll.
So
It-
full court was increases detonation damage as the projectile travels further before exploding.
Yes.
So this was a perk that came out, I think, when we were doing the. What was the one that you liked doing on the bridge, Peroty?
And you're going to ask me, and of course, I'm going to have the same. I knew this question was coming. My brain's going. The other Gambit thing that they took away. That I'm, of course, drawing the same blank
Yeah,
on.
I'm drawing the same blank as you.
I deleted
Reckoning.
it because
Reckoning.
it got
Reckoning,
that
that's
was
it.
thank you.
I was like,
fudge!
the thing that's called Reckoning. Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
It was a
all.
perk
Yeah,
that came out
all
with
the
that,
grenade
wasn't
launcher
it?
that came with that. Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
grenade launch you got from that had full court, which was good fun because especially at the bosses, the longer it goes, the more damage it deals. So it was perfect.
Yeah,
You
so
know what?
people were kind of using this at a very long distance with like Galeron in Crown of Sorrows, things like that. It was a must use perk on some of the bosses, and I could see that this would be a good one to use on Atheon.
You know what? I'm gonna do just like Demon does from now on. Because they sunset the damn Love and Death, I deleted all my rolls, including my God roll. And now they're bringing it back, and now I don't have the damn thing anymore.
Well, you can go back and get another God roll.
Yeah, just
No,
give it a different one.
no, no,
Mhm.
no,
Mhm.
no. I'm upset.
Mhm.
And it'd be interesting to see where they put the chain reaction perk on this. If it's in the final slot, which is where the full court was, but if they put it in the second to last slot, and you can have chain reaction and full court and spike grenades.
Are you sure full court was in the last slot? I remember it being in the second to last.
No, it's in the last slot along with quick draw, kill clip, and ambitious assassin.
Okay.
So I think if you can have the chain reaction and full court and spike grenades with maybe proximity grenades or what's it, the high explosive ordnance, maybe
What?
one of those ones that you could.
No,
And
you want spike grenades?
if you couldn't get spike grenades, it was one of the other
Nope.
ones.
You want spike grenades?
Okay,
Nope. Spike.
but
or
anyway,
nothing.
okay, spike,
It's spike
chain
or
reaction,
nothing.
and full court. That's what we want. With maybe volatile or hard launch.
Sure.
Hmm.
Whatevs. Whatever.
And then we have our legendary power machine gun, a fine memorial.
And it
Now,
is
this
a
is
fine memorial indeed.
adaptive aim, a well-rounded grip, reliable and sturdy. Impact of 41, range of 47, stability of 43, aim assistance of 61, and the recoil is 72, so it tends left.
And it's arc.
And this one could roll with Demolitionist, surrounded, although surrounded, tap the trigger, shield distortion, firmly planted, and high impact reserves. Quick draw, pulse monitor, moving target, hip fire grip. And then you could also get high caliber rounds and ricochet rounds on that one. So another decent kind of one to go after if you want to look into that. And then finally, for our moon weapons, we have Night Terror, which is the legendary power sword. And this is an adaptive frame, so heavy launch is an uppercut attack, and heavy attacks are stronger with full energy. And yeah, it's got an impact of 60, a swing speed of 46, and a range of 40. Had various amazing perks on there. They had the Whirlwind Blade for PvE content and Assassin's Blade for PvP. Tireless Blade, Relentless Strike. It's a sword.
Yeah. And it's not going to outdo the guillotine. So
Respawn,
I mean,
how would one go about farming for any of these moon weapons if they were interested in getting them?
first of all, you need to get phantasmal fragments or phantasmal cores from the moon. And then you can pick up the essences, right? With those phantasmal cores. Essence of Insanity will get you the Love and Death. You need to get 100 grenade launcher kills and find a bound manacle. The essence of rage will get you one small step, and that is a percentage of super kills. And then you have to find the fangs of Sean Goth. What is this? Dreambreaker. That is the essence of servitude, which gets you the Dreambreaker. You have to kill 30 Vex on the moon. You have to get 15 fusion rifle kills, and then find Arath Ur's horned wreath. The Affine Memorial is going to be the essence of greed. You need activities completed, just as a percentage. You also need some machine gun kills, and you need to find an ethereal charm. The essence of obscurity gets you the every waking moment. You need to complete activities, get 50 submachine gun kills, and find a withered plume. The essence of vanity nets you the tranquility. You have to do activities, you have to get 25 sniper rifle kills, and find a horned wreath. Okay, the activities, when I say activities, by the way, that means complete patrols, public events, lost sectors, defeat combatants. Oh, I'm sorry. Just patrols, public events, and lost sectors while on the moon. There you go. The essence of brutality is going to get you the loud lullaby. And again, that's activities completed, plus 50 hand cannon kills, plus you have to find a necromantic strand. The essence of jealousy nets you the Night Terror sword. Activities completed again, sword kills, and Ralnick's hatchet. And the essence of failure will get you the arc logic. Again, activities completed, 50 auto rifle kills, and you have to find a captive cord. Conversely, you can just do stuff on the moon and they'll drop.
So you can do lost sectors on the moon, and that will give you a chance at these weapons. But if you haven't already played through the story missions of Shadowkeep, you're new to Destiny. If you play through the story missions, you will be able to get like one of these essence as you progress through the story. And I believe once you've found each artifact, and I think it's character based, not account based. Once you found the artifact for that essence, you don't then need to go back and search for it again. You just need to do the part of going and doing the activities or getting the kills with the weapon type.
Additionally, the Pit of Heresy does drop those weapons.
So that's your
yes.
dungeon that's on the moon.
Yeah.
So you can farm for whatever you want. You can, if you go to the lectern and turn in like the whatever he said they were, the skulls thingies,
Sure.
them things. You can farm specifically for a certain weapon type, or you can just play activities on the moon, not the Altars of Sorrow, because that gives you a different weapon set that's already still back in the game,
Yes.
to get these reissued weapons.
Indeed.
I mean, you can do the Altars of Sorrow to get your, 58 auto rifle kills or your, for your kills. But yeah, the end game Altar of Sorrow reward won't be the reward you're looking for. But yeah, it's absolutely a good place to go and just farm kills for things. If it's go get a whole bunch of kills with a weapon, that's where all the enemies are.
So next we have our Dreaming City weapons that are being reissued, or the second half of the reissue, because some of them have been reissued. We have the legendary kinetic auto rifle, which is the Tiger Spite, and this is a precision frame. This weapon's recoil pattern is more predictably vertical.
I love that gun so much.
This was a good one, wasn't it? When the Dreaming City first came out, it was a 450 RPM.
That was my auto rifle until it got sunset. Pretty much, dude. It's so stable. The recoil pattern's so good. You get a fairly decent magazine size. It was my go-to gun. Plus, visually speaking, it's a good looking gun. So
it did take shaders pretty well.
Love the Tiger Spite. I'm so glad it's coming back.
Misfit was better.
Eat a bag.
No, I didn't like the Misfit.
I love the Misfit.
You would.
No, I like the Sand Wasp over the Misfit.
Yeah, Sand Wasp was pretty good. Why have you booted me from your fire team anyway, Respawn?
I didn't boot you per se.
So
I just am doing an activity that you can't do.
Our weapon stats for our Tiger Spite are impact of 29, range of 66, stability of 47. handling of 46, reload speed of 46, aim assist of 44, recoil is 68, so it tends left, but it's near that 65 mark, which is pretty nice. And it came with kill clip and outlaw, if you were looking for a good roll on that. Ricochet rounds also, but it also has the dynamic sway. Also has under pressure,
Yeah.
pretty decent.
Yeah, when that gun came out, it had the best roll pool, I think.
Unfortunately, it's a 450 RPM, so they're not in the bestest of places at the moment. I think we're still waiting on a slight buff to those. I mean, they recently did, didn't they? They got the 0.1 or +1 to each bullet damage from 17 to 18, I believe, in a couple of weeks back. But
Yeah.
nothing significant to kind of bring them in line with the 600s at the moment. So
At the moment, no, but I mean, still,
Just wait.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
Auto rifles will have their day again.
yeah. We have the sword from the Dreaming City, which is Abide the Return. This is an adaptive frame. Launches heavy uppercut attack, and heavy attacks are stronger with full energy. I don't know what else to say. You know, it's a 46 swing speed, impact of 60, and a range of 40. Very similar to the last one. Has very similar perks on there. It's a sword. It does
It's a
sword
sword.
things. It
You
does
swing
stabby
it,
It's
things.
not
people
the
die.
falling guillotine. That's all you need to know. It's not the falling guillotine. Sorry.
So you're not abiding its return, you're saying?
No.
Now, the gun that ruined Fallout Plays' life for quite some time when he was searching for the curated role, and I don't believe they're bringing back curated roles, because way back when, well, let us take you back slightly, when we had Forsaken and the Dreaming City and the Scorn, the Scorn,
The undead Elixir.
that's the ones. When we had that, way back about 2 or 3 years ago, there was a weapon, or there were several weapons from the Dreaming City that came curated, and the best curated one was the Twilight Oath. This was the sniper rifle that I believe Fallout Plays made a video where he farmed day in, day out to go kind of get this weapon as a curated drop, because it had some really good perks as a curated role. But I don't believe it's coming back as curated roles, unfortunately. I
I don't
haven't
think
seen
any of them
anybody
are.
report any of the ones that did get reissued back as curated, but you could get some really pretty cool perks on there. You could get triple tap, dragonfly, outlaw, kill clip, and box breathing. That's all in one section. Then you could also get rapid hit, so you could get rapid hit and kill clip on there. Opening shot, hip fire grip, firmly planted, and ambitious assassin. Also accurized rounds for +10 in range. But I believe the curated role was box breathing and snapshots with steady rounds, and that was the one that Fallout was looking for. It's a rapid fire frame, so it's not a high impact one, and impact of 55, range of 34, stability of 42, handling 68, so it had really good handling, aim assist of 70, zoom of 35, recoil of 59, so it tends to bounce right, and a magazine of 5. So
And
this may be
that's
one.
what really made that thing deadly was that high aim assist and it was 70. Okay, so that's another one that was higher than the other one. Anyway,
Yeah,
was that high aim assist, and I think that's a low zoom, isn't it, for a sniper rifle? That 35, isn't that the low zoom one, which made it extra deadly in PvP?
I honestly can't remember how they work with the zooms, but I'll take
It
your
was
word for it.
definitely a good
It was,
PvP one. That was
it
one I
definitely
got
is,
killed
yeah.
with all the time.
Yeah.
So look out for this one when they do get reissued. It will be showing up again in Crucible. So it may be worth you kind of going and having a look to see if you can get these. And the
Mhm.
main way that you could farm like the curated versions of these and mainly get these ones again, I think, is the same way that you could do before. You
The
can
pit.
play. You can
Not-
do the Shattered Throne dungeon. You can do the Ascendant challenges each week. You can do Petra's bounty, and I believe you can do the Blind Well as well.
The blind well, that's what I was thinking of.
To
not the
get
pit.
guaranteed rolls of the weapons and armor. Otherwise, you can just play stuff in the Dreaming City, unlock chests, and have a chance at these to drop. But the main way was to kind of do those specific activities on the Dreaming City. Also, public events, I suppose, have a chance of kind of getting those. So, will you be guys farming for any of these weapons coming out?
Spite.
I will
Focus
try.
one.
I
I
guess
will
the love
try
and
to
death
remember they
too.
exist.
I can remind you each week if you like.
Well,
Do it.
the moon weapons I always find really irritating to farm for because all of the, and go get a, wreath of Amankara or whatever, all of the and go get the thing. It's always like, go down into the moon where you spent all your time in Destiny 1, go through this room, and in this little corner over here is the thing you're looking for. I always got irritated by having to climb down there and go get, the whatever piece of jewelry we were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really hoping
halfway through a dungeon.
they would swap that out because I know there's been a ton of videos because I always just look up, whatever thing I'm looking for, Moon D2, and find a video because I can never remember which passage to go down, how to get to. So if there were only 19 minutes, there was some way if someone had done some good videos, maybe some short and quick ones that could just lead me to victory.
Where would I go for that? I do have a Houndish video that he made years back when Shadowkeep came out. He did a full guide of the Lectern of Enchantment, and it breaks it down into timestamps of which weapon you want to kind of farm for and where the ornament is, or the whatever it is, the necklace, the tooth, the helmet, whatever you're searching for. He's got it in the guide of exactly where it is hiding on the moon. And then if you are interested in some of the older god rolls and what maybe to look out for in the weapons, Aztecross also did a full weapons guide for all of the weapons on the moon. And I will link that in the show notes as well.
Excellent.
So you've got two good guides there.
I love a time-stamped video. I'm really... Destiny creators, if you're doing a video, put it all in one thing, slap the timestamps in there. That way I can pull up your one lovely video, keep it open in a tab, and then just go to the part I need when I need it. Mm-hmm. It's marvelous. That's one thing I love. I think it's 360 Game TV.
Yes.
Yeah, they're. I no idea who the people are behind the channel, but it's always short, quick, Cheese Forever style. Here's the 30-second to 2-minute thing you're looking for, just when you need it. When we were hunting all the stuff on Mercury, I would always go to their videos. It's like, hey, this is quick, it's dirty, it's easy, it's what you need. Here's all you need in the world. So it just, there's definitely I have a great appreciation for people who are just like, here's the thing you need, Light Cheese Forever, 360 Game TV, quick, dirty, what you're looking for. Because we're busy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of written guides like that actually on the internet. We don't have to watch a video, so you don't have to keep pausing it. You just stop at the section you're in, carry on with what you're doing, then go back to your guide.
Tell me where these live, because I would love to have text that I could read.
Google.
I Google them, and all my results are either from 3 versions old of the game, or it takes me to YouTube and goes, but there's a video. You can watch the video of it.
I mean, I do prefer the videos. What you got against videos, both of you?
I have nothing. It depends what I'm
in my
for.
40s. A manual is far better than the video.
Dang it, phone. Nobody asked you.
Oh, hold on. You mean I have to play a video game and read? I didn't sign up for this crap.
No.
It depends what I'm looking for. Sometimes I want the video because it's like, go here. In this corner, it's like, either you're not describing this well or I'm not understanding it. So I want the video to go, oh, okay, here's the path you took to get to this thing. Here's what I want to find.
Yeah,
but if it's go to this room, look in this corner, text and photos are perfectly fine.
Well, I mean, for these things right here, I hate when they're like, oh, yeah, no, to find the horn, go to this dungeon, go to this spot, and then it'll be in this corner by this boss. I'm like, okay, that sounds good, except I don't know the name that you just said of the dungeon to start in.
Right. Yeah. Or they'll have the picture and it's like, here's a corner where it's in. I go, you couldn't have stood for across the room and taken the screenshot. I can see the stalactite right here next to you, but what room is this? You've just described the entire moon underbillet to me.
Yeah,
thank you.
Exactly. What room, what dungeon, what freaking planet? Come on, man, help me out.
We're old and we're cranky.
So, Arf, have you got your irons in the fire?
He doesn't have a single iron in the fire. There's not an iron anywhere in the fire. There's not a lord he's talking to. He hasn't even made a salad. He's unprepared entirely.
If you're talking about Iron Banner, then no, I don't have my irons in the fire.
If
not yet, you don't.
That wasn't enough clues for you?
Unfortunately not. No, I don't. And I don't intend to have any of that. And if I can find a bat, I will beat Saladin around the face with it.
Good man. Good.
So you're not the person to tell everybody about Iron Banner returning next week, then?
Well, no, I thought Iron Banner was your thing.
It is, but
If only there was someone who appreciated Iron Banner
yeah.
in an unhealthy
Ugh.
way.
Okay, I suppose I'll tell people about the Iron Banner.
He's got an addiction.
Right.
He has a problem.
Eat it.
My addictive game mode Iron Banner will be back next week, and it won't be the last Iron Banner of the season. Yes. So I'm going to make Lord Saladin proud, and I'm going to play as much as I can. Starts on Tuesday, the 29th of June, and ends at the reset on Tuesday, the 6th of July. And there's bounties. Don't forget there's bounties. Respawn, I'm reminding you, there's pinnacle bounties that you can pick up and just do them. Just do them as you just casually walk into Iron Banner.
I hear the
mean,
logic and it makes sense, but I am banana, dude. Like, why?
It's fun.
Bring
It's fun
here.
It's fun when you're
Respawn.
part of the team.
Respawn. If
It
for
is-
no
I
other
will
reason,
agree with you. It's fun when you're part of a team, but
Yeah, that.
just
if you have to go in solo, it sucks.
Take
No,
your
no.
Titan. Here, Respawn. Take your Titan out of cold storage. Put on the armamentarium. Equip suppressor grenades, and be like, listen, I'm gonna be that guy. You're
Yeah.
gonna
No,
have
he-
fun. I'm gonna suppress you.
He needs to
That's
do it
your
on his
life
hunter.
now.
He wants the pinnacles on his hunter.
I
So
do
yes,
want
there are
pinnacles
4
on the
pinnacle
hunter.
bounties that you can pick up from Lord Saladin, each and every Iron Banner. So that are 4 potentials of boosting your light to get you into the Grandmasters, which is what we want everybody to be doing, which is what Bungie want everybody to be doing, their end game content. And if that doesn't sell you, you also need to be at a very high light to get maybe into the Grandmaster version of the Vault of Glass, which is also coming on the 6th of July.
The
Yeah.
Bungie Tournament of Champions.
So Iron Banner ends, and then the tournament begins of the Vault of Glass.
So,
Extra hard mode.
Demon, are you going to
Yes.
be running that with your clan or mine?
You already know the answer to that. He has given up on us because there is just no hope.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on when
Whoever's on
crossplay is
when
out.
I'm on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoever's in the UK when he is online, because us East Coasters are dead to him.
And if you haven't
Hopefully.
finished, and if you
We're
haven't
just
finished
falling
your
asleep, that's all.
Iron, if you haven't finished your Iron Banner quest, that is still available to get the machine gun and the shotgun if you are still searching for those as part of the quest, and a piece of gear like helmet, gauntlets, chest, legs, and class item for Iron Banner rewards. If you complete the quest, you'll get those. Sometimes there's a shader also involved with each Iron Banner. Sometimes there's an emblem. I can't remember because I did it way back when now. I do
Remember?
apologise. Do what?
You can't remember.
I can't remember.
Oh dear, sorry. No, ignore me.
I will. And I'll carry on.
Who's talking?
No, but what I'll tell you is, guys, if you don't have a team for Iron Banner, what you do is you do what I do. You pick a buddy.
Don't play.
No, you pick a buddy, right? You go into an Iron Banner freelance or whatever. You pick a buddy. You stick with your buddy. So when your buddy dies, you can kill
die.
the person that you kill the person that kills your buddy. But then you have to go and find your buddy again and buddy up with them. So they don't know you're buddying up with them, but you buddy up. And it works
That
so much
sounds
better.
very stalker-ish. I'm
It
not sure I'm
does.
comfortable with this conversation.
Look, you either help them get the kill, or you get the kill, or you are cannon fodder for the
Yeah,
other
or-
team while
yeah,
they
or-
get the kill. It's teamwork.
See, I follow a very similar path than Iron Banner freelance, except I look for the man with the unbroken gilded title, and I just say, listen, I'm going to be near that person because if nothing else, I will be cannon fodder for that person to get kills, and then I will help the team by just being there and supporting them.
Don't forget
Meat
to
shield.
capture the zones. Don't forget to capture the zones. I parody reminded you all last time. Don't forget to capture the zones. The amount of Iron Banners that I played, last Iron Banner,
It's free
and people
super.
still didn't capture the zones.
Do you-
It's free super.
Do people hate supers, or do you see your super and
It's
you're just like, no?
literally free real estate. Lol.
Yeah.
You get it?
Free real
Get
estate,
it?
free supers. Do you look at your super and go, why would I want to use that? I hate my super. I'm some sort of super hating guardian fiend. No, you love your super. Your super loves you. You want it. You know how you get your super? By standing in the little circle of super. They should just call it circles of super. That's what the
Circle of
control zones
super.
are. So stand in the circle of super, and you get your super, and then everybody's happy. And then if somebody has their super, follow them around because they'll give you the tiny portable circles of super, and then you'll get more super. And then you'll super the other team more than they super you, and you'll win, and you'll have a super day.
I just got dizzy trying to listen to what you just said.
Super.
Capturing zones is the one thing I am good at, but I just tend to die a lot.
Capture the zones, receive super. Yeah, right? That's the thing. You don't have to be good. You don't have to do anything. You just have to stand in the circle. If you can't stand in the circle, you shouldn't be playing Destiny. Sometimes that's all I do in an Iron Banner game because we're getting absolutely mercy by the other team, and I go, but I can stand in this circle. I'm gonna get credit for capturing a zone, which is on a bounty somewhere that I have to do.
So, Peroty,
Present.
maybe Cosmo will let DMG put SpongeBob.
No, I don't think he's going to.
A few inches later.
Was that a sentence you just said?
Maybe he will let him put SpongeBob. But really, now we have to give the mic over to the player support team with an important update on the Bungie store, game performance, and known issues.
Yo, let's get it.
So there's a Bungie store and rewards update on July 1st. The Bungie store beta will be rolled out as we prepare to transition to a new e-commerce platform. Players with existing accounts will be prompted to change their password once the beta is live. And if you people aren't using a password manager at this point in the year of our internet 2021, I don't know what to do with you. Get yourself a password manager. Then you won't have to care what your password is because you'll know
memorize them.
one password.
Oh, so do you care to explain to everybody, and by everybody I mean, me?
Me.
You?
What an e-commerce Bungie means?
Whatever software, whatever the ones and zeros are that power the store now, it'll be a different set of ones and zeros that'll power the store after that.
And that's it.
That's it. They're moving into a new platform. Probably so they can put more sevens in it somewhere. Maybe instead of ones and zeros, it'll be powered by pure sevens. And that'll actually bring Bungie to its, full prominence in the e-commerce realm. So basically, yeah, if you go to buy things, you have to reset your password. That's the gist of this. And I presume the store will look different. Also, now, if you do have any generated Bungie reward codes for the Vaulted Glass art print, the Descendant seal, and the Splintered seal, you need to use those by July 1st, because they will expire and no longer be valid after July 1st, 2021. So we're going to say that again. Vault of Glass art print, Descendant seal, and Splintered seal. Use your reward code or you cannot use them after July 1st. They will go away. You will be sad. It will not be super. And as a reminder, claim those triumphs if you haven't for some reason and have just been holding out, waiting until the time is right. PC frame update. We're going to have some more frames as you may or may not hear in the show this week. There was a discussion on frames earlier. That we have frames. So earlier this week, AMD released an optional upgrade that resolved an issue with some Radeon graphics products that have maybe been experiencing lower than expected performance in Destiny 2 compared to prior Radeon software releases.
Yep.
So they linked to the Radeon software Adrenaline 21.6.1 highlights, which are apparently words I can't read today, that tell you things. But basically, if you're having problems with your performance in Destiny and it's not related to your personal performance in Destiny and you have an AMD processor or a graphics card, it'll probably say AMD on the side somewhere. Ask Respawn and he can walk you through how to figure that out using different tools.
Mm-hmm.
Update your drivers and things may be happier for you.
There's also AMD.
Mm-hmm. And there's just a couple of known issues that have nothing to do with processors, PCs, or Bungie stores. Your bounties, valor, and weekly challenges are sometimes not getting progress in Crucible matches. Sometimes Crucible just doesn't count. The Warmind's longevity armor mod doesn't make Warminds last longer and doesn't appear to explode like regular cells.
Love it.
So it's broken. Warmind's longevity armor mod is not. The Pearl of Glass Triumph progression may not count if collected between multiple characters. So if you're doing the Pearl of Glass Triumph, do it on one character. The Hunter's Boots of the Emperor's Agent no longer displays shaders correctly. Sorry, Hunters. You just have the one boot you have. The transversive step exotic warlock armor creates a gap at the waist when used with the 7th Seraph robes. So yeah, warlocks, gap at the waist. You could be magicians and saw in half and wouldn't even care.
No, they
Now-
can be belly dancers. Hey.
There you go. Now, if you are on PC, sometimes your PS4 controllers won't work. Some players have reported that using the Steam beta client has resolved the issue. Some players have not reported this. So, if you're trying to use a PS4 controller on your PC, it may or may not work. Bungie's aware of it. It's sad for you. Key bindings don't appear to work after alt-tabbing on Stadia.
There is a program out there that I have for my PlayStation 4 controller. You install it, and it makes your PlayStation 4 controller behave like an Xbox controller. So,
Why don't you just buy an Xbox controller?
I have an
It's a-
Xbox controller,
yeah, it
but I
sounds like you should
also
just
have a
use your
PS4
Xbox
controller.
controller.
Yeah, use the Xbox controller. Then.
Well, that sounds like heresy. You should use your Xbox controller on your Xbox PC.
Because
Okay,
the Xbox controllers
so-
are about £70 to buy new, and that's just a basic one.
No, they're not.
No,
No,
well,
you
I
can
also,
get them
I,
for £50 off.
No, that kind of attitude.
The reason is because I have one of those the modular PlayStation controllers where I can move parts around to make it look like an Xbox controller. That's why I have it.
So just
That
like
just
you're a
sounds like
warlock
complication.
main playing as a hunter, you're also just a Xbox main playing as a PS4. Is that what I'm
No.
hearing? That's like what I'm hearing.
No, I have a PS4, but because I don't like the controller, I went out and bought that controller. And I had the Xbox controller at home for the wife, and I took for a while the PlayStation 4 controller.
And there's also some floating pieces that appear in the first-person view when you're looking at the Lunafaction boot Warlock exotic armor. And we're continuing to investigate Beagle and Baboon errors. So Beagles and Baboons still happening, still not under control.
Oh, but the beagles are so cute.
And if you are interested in what the Pearl of Glass, whatever it was, Triumph, the Pearl of Glass.
Triumph.
Obviously,
Triumph
go
was-
somewhere else since we don't know what it is.
No, I know what it is. It's finding all the collectibles hidden within the Vault of Glass, and these are the shards that you can collect to get your Bitter Pearl shader. So, if you are missing that requirement, that's probably why. If you've collected on multiple characters, just do it on the one.
I still haven't collected them because we never get the ones in the Harpy area, so I still missed in that one. Sad panda.
What do you mean you can't get it in the Harpy area?
There's a shard somewhere in the Harpy area, but we never bothered to get it because our strat to get past the Harpies, there's a bug. Whereas if you just run in, you can literally
my
run
word.
past a Harpy as it's looking at you, and it won't
know.
see you.
I told you about that.
Yeah? Well, yeah.
Don't
Anyway,
pretend that you come up with that.
I didn't come up with that. Somebody who was running us came up with it.
No, they didn't. It was in
Well,
a video.
No. Somebody else watched the video that
who
somebody else
wasn't
came up with.
you that was with us and had
Anyway,
a very
If you
strong
go and open the
Latin
secret,
accent.
if you go and open
showed
that
us.
secret, if you need to go and open the secret chest room in the Gorgon maze, it's literally where you have to go and shoot the last cube over the back. It's tucked in a corner.
We don't shoot cubes either. I don't know anything about that mechanic.
So if you do the engagement, you'll get the things, but do them on one character, or you may not get the thing. And that's the end of our known issues. I mean, I'm sure there's more known issues, but that's the ones we're going to tell you about. The rest are yours to find.
That's the one Bungie's going to tell us about.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been some more art. There's been some more videos that
There's
look really
always
cool.
art
Have.
videos.
There's been some story progression. I'm sure that at some point I'll watch a video to tell me what happened and then catch up, pay attention.
And apparently there'll be more to share next week in what to expect in more updates, and they'll also be coming up with some info on the Solstice of Heroes.
Always is.
Ooh,
Get ready for the EAZ,
One of my
guys.
favourite events.
you know it. And then more discussions of the armor of the last Solstice of Heroes, not taking the clothes of this year's armor of Solstice of Heroes, and
Of
then that won't
course.
work. And then people will be upset. And
I thought-
no,
I thought they
there'll be
fixed that.
there'll be some new
Kinda
discussion
fixed
around it. Don't worry. Somebody will be unhappy about some other aspect of it.
Now, I know Arf's here, and normally we get some lore out of Arf.
But
But
we're
I
not
was
going to.
thinking-
We're going to sit here and
No.
ignore him the entire time, and just
Yeah.
make him sit here in the corner quietly.
But I think we should question Arf. And I think maybe we should put a spoiler section here. Because there are the questions that I want answered. And I believe this is the man we have
right.
here to answer those questions, whether they're the right answers.
And I thought you might do this, so I'm actually prepared.
You've stepped into a war with a Nitedemon, but you came prepared with a squad of 9. Well done, sir.
Whether they're the right answers is another thing.
They're the right answers if he tells us they are. We don't know
Yeah.
anything.
Well,
Yeah,
I
right?
believe everything that this man tells us.
Anything this man says, I'll be like, yeah, no, that's absolutely canon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sounds
Arf told me
ridiculous.
so. He wouldn't lie to me.
Arf, would you lie to us?
You maybe.
Oh,
Now, what's that a lie, though? We'll never know.
accurate.
So,
Am I actually Savathun?
you could be. Let's put some spoiler sirens up and things and warn people.
Something's gonna happen, but we don't know what it is because it's a spoiler, and I'm about to freaking die.
And now the people have gotten their song.
Dead.
Well, Arf, what the hell's happening, man? What's happening
Right.
in Destiny?
What the
My
hell's happening?
mind.
Well,
I'm
glad
being
you asked.
scared when I'm in an expunge mission. People are watching me. People are talking to me and then watching me, and I'm like, oh my god, what's happening?
But do you know who that is?
No,
Who? Which what?
Who's watching you in the expunge mission?
exactly.
Who is watching me?
What's on second?
Koira.
Are you sure it's Cora?
Yes.
How are you sure?
Because she's Vex, a taken Vex, or a taken Vex, and I believe it's phrased as something with a decent amount of her own self, her own free will. She was actually created by the Vex back when Oryx was tricked by Savathun into cutting into the Vex world. Because it was Crota that actually made the slice. He was tricked by Savathun.
So Crota was tricked by Savathun to cut
into the sword space to try and create his own oversoul,
Okay.
as his sisters were doing. You know, the Death Singers, Hashladoon and is it is it Yuk and Nook?
I'll take your word.
Sorry,
for that
that's
one.
just that's off the top of my head. I believe it's right. They were creating an oversoul.
Yeah.
Oryx said to Crota, "You could learn a lot from them. Go and study them. Go and watch them." And Crota thought, "I can do that." So he cut into the sword space and discovered the Vex. But without his knowledge, he was actually tricked into cutting into the sword space by Savathun.
Which is his
Now-
auntie at this point.
It is his auntie at this point, yes.
Just getting the family tree laid out here for people.
Yeah. Now, Oryx was in conversation with the Deep, which we believe is the darkness at this point, and he was contacted by the worm gods and said, "Look, what's going on? This is mental. Your son's creating all sorts of chaos. Go sort him out." So off Oryx went back into his throne world, and took all the Vex, closed the cut, gave Koira, who was this ascendant Vex or this Vex mind,
Was she
to Savathun.
is she a powerful Vex mind? Is that why she was
She is
able
a
to
powerful
come through?
Vex mind. Yes. Well, no, she didn't come through.
Okay.
It was Crota who cut into her world, and then she came through the cut that Crota made.
Yeah. Okay.
So then Crota's grabbed by his ankle, thrown into the sword space, and saying, "Spread my name, grab me tribute, and then you'll be welcome back."
Okay.
In the meantime, Koira is given to Savathun,
So
and
Oryx gave
but that's
his sister a gift.
a gift. Yes.
But was it a
This
true
was it,
gift?
Well,
Or was it a trickery gift? It was like, you did this to my son, I'm
I'm
going to
not
give you this.
sure. I'm not sure if he's actually if it's a trickery gift or he thought, well, she's got a good portion of her. Normally, a Taken has got no will of their own. A bit like Zer. I'm an agent of the Nine. My will is not my own.
Oh, okay.
They don't have their own will, so they don't have their own mind, so they can't actually just go off and do what they want. Koira's slightly different in this fact, where she has actually got a good portion of her own free will there. She's not. How do I put this? She is completely taken,
But she's not enslaved.
but she can still make decisions for herself.
No, okay.
Okay.
Now, it's believed over the past few seasons that Koira has learned how to take. Now, previously, it was only Oryx that had the power to take. Now, do you understand what I mean by take?
Yeah, turn people
Sort
into
of.
taken.
But I just want a quick question about Korea. So before she was taken, she was the Vex mind that tried to recreate Oryx, but was it Orash, wasn't it?
It was Orash, yes.
That she could only create, but in a kind of like a weaker form of Oryx.
Right.
And was
Oryx has had three names. You
Yeah.
had Oryx, Aurix, and Oryx. Now, do you know the difference between Oryx and Aurix?
Pronunciation.
One of them.
The worm.
Okay.
Oh.
One's not Aurix and Oryx. Between Orash and Aurix.
So it was Orash, Aurix.
Orash, Aurix,
And
Oryx.
Oryx.
Oryx is how we know him at this point
Okay.
or today.
Yeah.
Orash was in the very beginning on the fundament.
And that
Now,
was
if you
the
go
only
back
version.
many episodes.
Sorry, that was the only version that Koira could recreate in the Vex simulation. Was that right?
That's correct. Now, Orash is his name, is Oryx's name before he had the worm.
Yeah.
When he was given the worm, he became Aurix. Now, the difference between that, the worms then gave the Krill, as they were known then, their paracausality. And once the Krill take on the worm, they become hive.
Okay.
So once they take on the worm, they become a paracausal being. Now, the reason why they can only simulate Orash is because the Vex, for some reason, cannot simulate paracausality, which is why they've never been able to simulate us.
Okay.
Because we're also with our ghost and our light, we're also paracausal beings.
So with Koira now potentially being able to recreate Oryx, they could then potentially, or she could potentially recreate other paracausal beings.
Yes.
Okay. So could that create Dark Guardians?
Well, this Dark Guardians were created from the original If we go back, I don't know. We've only got about halfway through the book that I'm currently reading.
Yeah.
Now that actually tells you how the Dark Guardians were created.
But that's on an
Now-
alternate timeline, isn't it?
That is on an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
But the Dark Guardians were created by the Dark Heart, because in the alternate timeline, the Dark Heart was never destroyed.
And that's in the
So the Dark
garden,
that's
isn't
in the
it?
Black Garden, yeah.
On Destiny
So
1.
all the Guardians who went into the Black Garden to try and destroy the Dark Heart got corrupted. Now, this is the same sort of corruption I was describing to you when
The Crow.
Aldrin and the Crow.
Uldren and the Crow.
He was corrupted by the Black Garden Heart, wasn't he? And then
Yes,
further
And then
corrupted by Savathun and
by Riven.
Riven. But
Riven.
was that not
who-
part
who
of
was
Savathun?
Riven was taken by Oryx.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Riven was taken by Oryx in that cutscene. You know where Mara gets taken as well,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the Techians.
and the Techians,
And the
and you get
Techian witches.
Shurochi and everyone else who we fight in the Last Wish raid. They were all taken by Oryx before we defeated him.
Okay. But we didn't get to the Dreaming City until Destiny 2 and
No.
the Forsaken, which was like another year later, wasn't it?
That was right. That's after we defeated Oryx.
So that
And
was,
then-
that was about 2 or 3.
and-
Was that 3 years down the line after Oryx? Because Oryx happened, then we had Rise of Iron, which was about a year later. Then we had Destiny 2. which was the Red War, and then we had Forsaken. So it was about 3 years later that we got to the Dreaming City and the Tangled Shore
That's
part of it.
that's about right. Yeah, that's
Okay.
about the right timeline.
So Koira is more of a bigger big bad than kind of we've been led so far to see. It'd be, I mean, it would be a bit of a shame if we suddenly just took her out in the next couple of weeks. I think there could be more story done with her if she, like you said, she's able to take or create Taken or even bring Oryx back from wherever we sent him, because isn't his body still on Saturn?
His body, or the remains of him, are still in Saturn's rings, and it has been said in lore, I think it was by the Spider, it's been commented on that his worm's skeleton was moving.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not good. But
No, it's not
that's the only thing. That's the only thing we've ever heard of it
so far, anyway.
now. So this is how big a actual. I would almost put Koya up there with Zol.
Yeah, and
She-
Zol's
they-
still
they
not
both
destroyed,
should-
is it?
He.
He.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a he or the worm.
The worm, yeah.
We
Zol.
no, because basically we didn't destroy Zol in his throne world.
No.
So basically, we've turned Zol into a gun. Every time we kill with Whisper of the Worm, we feed Zol.
Well,
Well,
that's not bad.
That's
not
getting
that bad.
deleted.
No, yeah, that's not going to be that bad. Nobody uses that gun anymore. No. But I mean, so is Koira actually working for Savathun, or is she still
Yes.
working for Oryx under the pretense that she's working for Savathun? Could it be something that Oryx has kind of planted in there to kind of, as a, I mean, like a Harry Potter reference, as like Voldemort splitting his soul into several different pieces, spoilers, that to kind of bring him back from.
If you don't know that by
Whenever.
now, you deserve to have it spoiled.
No,
Get
but
outta
you know
here.
what I mean. Is she a kind of a backup plan for Oryx that even Savathun doesn't realise that she's being played? I mean, if Oryx does come back or is brought back by Koira or anybody, that's going to have implications on Savathun and the rest of the line, isn't it?
To understand that, you have to understand the relationship the Hive have with each other and family. To love your family
Is to try
is
to
to
kill them.
try and kill them.
Yep. Ah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
So,
No, I understand that bit.
if he's given her a gift, it's intended to try and kill her. Now, whether this has backfired or not, we don't know yet. But Hive don't give, they take. Giving is for the weak. And this is where this is shown in the pact with the worms, because the worms were never taken, they were given.
What's that ticking?
Now, another quick question: we've got the potential of the Witch Queen coming up next year, 2022.
Oh, the Witch Queen's already about. She's been seen. She's in the city.
No, I understand that. I understand that kind of reference, but from listening to you going on telling us about the lore and Oryx and Orash and all of that, Oryx is the male form, is that right, of Orash originally, who was a female form?
All Hive, or Krill as they were back then,
Yeah.
are born female.
So
Should I say hatched? When they become of age, they choose their gender. They can choose to become a mother, which is your witch form, or they can choose to become male, which is your knight form.
but is there any way in the future that Oryx could have come back as a female form, or through Koira be reinvented in a female form, so that Savathun isn't really the Witch Queen that we're expecting? It could possibly be Oryx coming back again.
It's unlikely, because we have seen Savathun and Zivu or Wrath were killed by Oryx, and they were brought back because they were in their throne worlds when they were killed. So it was a true death. But he brought them back by defining their nature. Now, Xivu-Arath is the god of war. Oryx completely exterminated a species through war and therefore defined Xivu-Arath and managed to bring him back. He then went on to defeat another, was it 1 or 2 races with trickery. He fooled one of them into thinking they were to help him destroy the other one, but he destroyed both of them. And therefore defined the true nature of Savathûn. And with that managed to, because she'd been defined in that way, brought her back. So there's always the possibility that in some way, as Oryx is the true navigator, if one of them can, Oryx's mission was to navigate death. So if one of them can navigate death in a way to actually give enough tribute to Oryx, they could potentially bring him back, in my view, because it's already been done twice.
So what I'm getting from this is the only way to stop those 3 is to destroy all 3 of them at the same time.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
Oh
this is
God,
going to keep
what?
happening over and over again, or the potential that one could resurrect the other one or both of them, depending
By
on
defining their true nature.
Yeah. So
in some way that will give them a massive amount of tribute.
I'm still going to stick to this
after
thing that the
he's-
Witch Queen isn't what we expect it's going to be.
But after
The Witch Queen,
after
she's the goddess of trickery. This is exactly the thing that I've been saying along. Do not believe a word Savathûn has to say, because she is out there to trick you, to define herself. If she doesn't obey her true nature, she'll be consumed by her worm.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
Not much.
because you interrupted me. Now I forgot. Oh yeah, no. So he brought them back by defining their true nature, right?
Yes.
But he's already defined their true nature. So if we go back to somebody whose true nature has already been defined and then kill them, well, he can't define their true nature anymore. It's already happened. So they should stay dead, even without killing all 3 of them at the same time.
Why? Because all he has to do is go out there again and define their true nature.
But it's already happened, though. You can't define something that's already been defined.
Yeah, but he killed them in the way as tribute, if you understand what I mean. He killed them in their way to define them.
We killed him in his way, in his throne world, didn't we?
Yes.
So we've defined him.
We didn't navigate. He's the great navigator.
Yeah.
Navigator.
Navigator. He's the great
navigator. So we to define him, he's made it his. Originally, he wanted to navigate the fundament and the seas of the fundament to actually find out everything about it. And then when he joined with the worms and became Hive, he was defined as the navigator, and his mission was to navigate death. Do you understand what I mean?
No.
So what he wanted to do is fully understand death.
Yeah.
By killing.
Yeah.
So all Xivu-Arath, all Savathûn would have to do is navigate death by killing to define him. But I don't think they actually realise this yet. Because they have, from what we understand so far, I don't think they've had a full and frank conversation with the deep like Oryx did.
I mean, I can't have a full conversation with you right now talking about this, dude. I'm lost. Honestly. I'm trying to follow it. Like, hey, no, all he has to do is define them, but they've already been defined. So if they've already been defined,
I've been looking at this,
and we kill them, you can't go back and redefine the thing that's already been defined.
Like don't think of defining
their
as,
nature.
Yeah, don't think of defining as like I'm defining you for the first time. Think of it more like ritual. Like I'm going to do this ritual over again. You know,
is that what you mean?
Like to define someone.
That's a good example, actually.
Yeah, like to define someone as like, you know, we're going to do the ritual of defining, whatever that entails, and that's a thing we can do multiple times. It's
Thank you,
it's not like you are undefined and now we give you definition in the world. you are undefined, and now we're going to redefine you. We're going to
See,
perform this
I
ritual
just
to bring
needed
you
an
back to life.
American to put it in Barney terms for me. All right, that's all I needed. All right.
And what he's saying is that any one of those three could define or do the ritual over again and bring back the other one or the other two that are lost.
Which
Or
is
dead, whatever.
unfortunate.
Yes. So
Yes.
to really win against those three, we need to take out all three. And
So
it's like
what would
cutting the head
happen-
off of a three-headed dragon. It would kill everything else underneath it, wouldn't it?
If it's
Hopefully.
just
The problem-
if it's just a ritual, can we as guardians do that ritual to define other guardians? Make super
We'd
guardians?
have to be immensely powerful. I mean, Oryx at the height of his power, powerful.
Do we need a worm first? Because I'm not sure I'm willing to
We're,
willing to go that far. Seems like a bad deal.
Why? The worm gives you power, and all you have to do is follow your nature and feed the worm. Guardians
but-
kill all the time, so what? That wouldn't change your life at all. You'd still be killing all the time. You just now have a worm helping you do it.
Yeah, but what if the worm's like, your true nature is to use hand cannons? And I'm like, no, it's not. And the worm's like, well, then you're going to die unless you use hand cannons, because that's
I
your
don't
true
think
nature
the
now.
worm defines your true nature, though. You have your true nature. The worm just makes you follow it.
What if I've been lying to myself?
worm
this whole
makes
time,
you
though?
obey your true nature, and if you don't,
been
it
lying
will
to myself.
consume you.
Lying to yourself is your true nature. Just keep doing it.
We definitely
Yes.
went down the wormhole with that tangent. So getting back on track of who's watching us and who's speaking to us in the expunge missions, it's Koira. Koira.
Yeah, because Koira's in the Vex network.
Okay. So she's the one that says, "I see you."
Yes, because we know she's in the Vex network, because currently we also know that Savathun's in the city.
Okay.
The Tavern
Hanging
Tune
out.
is
Do
the
we
crown
actually
of
know that
sorrow.
those two are working together for the same purpose, the same
No.
greater cause?
Why-
It's we know she has been given to Savathun.
That's all we know.
That's all we know.
Okay.
Now, she has only got a certain portion of her own will, so she may be able to actually fight against Savathun, but ultimately she has to obey her.
Okay. And I remember you saying way back when, it must have been a good couple of months ago, when we had the old granny show up in the tower for one of the events, and there was
Grandma Stretch Danger.
yeah, we were talking then about Savathun walking around the city. There was a piece of lore that had dropped from like something. I remember you telling us about that Savathun was amongst us and walking with us. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yeah, she was.
I can't remember the exact piece of lore, but there has been another piece of lore dropped where she's recognized in the city as somebody.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't actually say who that somebody is, but then she feels weak and she tells a lie, and the people believe her. So she's tricked those people, and that gives her power.
Okay.
I thought
now,
that she was looking through
as
the
a-
eyes of a statue in Zavala's office. Now she's walking around as a person.
Yeah. No, she wasn't. It wasn't a statue in Savala's office. It was the Ahamkara skull. And yes, I can say it now. I've practiced.
Above Shax, wasn't it?
Oh, Shax.
Above Shax,
That's
yeah.
what it was. Shax, not Zavala. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was looking for somebody that she could inhabit or wear as a skin suit.
That's not creepy at all.
No. Now she's actually done this.
So, okay, well, let's try to figure this out. What are the prerequisites to inhabit a skin suit? Does the person have to be dead, nearly dead? Does the person have to follow certain criteria? Can she
Do they
just
have to have a ghost or not a ghost?
Yeah,
Do they
I
need
mean,
to
can
have
she
skin?
be Lord Saladin? Can we just kill him and be done with it? I mean,
It'd be nice.
Can she actually be Clovis Bray? Can she be a bot? Do they need skin at all?
yeah, what
Or
are
does
the
it just
prereqs?
be a
Could she have
person?
taken-
Look at
Could
Hang
she-
on.
I do a quick
Too
one.
many
I've got
questions
one more
at once.
question. One more question. Could
Wait, no,
she?
pick me.
Could she have taken over a body at a point where that person's light had kind of gone off for 2 or 3 seconds when somebody shot their ghost and made it go sparky before somebody put it back together?
He never shot his ghost.
No, but they went all
Not
sparky with that thing. I'm just asking a
Right.
question. Could it possibly be him?
It's believed
Is this
that if you
spoilers?
have light, she can't inhabit you.
So at that point in time when he didn't have the light, He could have been
Or should I say, I
inhabited.
believe that.
You believe that?
Back
It's
real
possible,
quick.
but he got his light back, which would have forced her out. Which you mean
Okay.
by that you're meaning Zavala.
No, we're talking
Yeah, no,
about.
no, that's what I was talking about at the end of the last season when he was talking to Keitel, when he got his ghost
Yep.
zapped. He at a point in time, there was a point that he didn't have his light, and
Oh, I
Crow
thought we were
saved
all-
him.
The
I
But
thought
yes.
we
The
were all
current-
talking about different people.
Yeah, I
No,
thought
no,
you were
I
talking
know.
about Osiris.
right, that is the current theory.
I wanted to rule out the other one first, though. That's the reason I was asking
So
that
the
question.
current theory is Osiris or Zavala?
Osiris.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because
He doesn't
Sagira.
have a ghost.
So is Sagira gone? Because somebody
Yeah,
was saying
we
that
went through
there's
this. There
reports
was
saying that she's
there
back.
was a law There was a law reading. Remember,
I don't. That's
We
why I'm
covered
asking
this
the
law on the
question.
show.
we did.
Okay, so I forgot. Is she back officially?
Sagira was destroyed by the High Celebrant on the moon.
Uh huh. So she is dead. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She sacrificed herself to eliminate the hive that were there, even though Osiris had done quite a good job actually eliminating quite a few of them before the High Celebrant came out. And then she sacrificed to save Osiris, and that was killed. Now, this is where I actually thought you were going
Okay.
originally.
I was.
Now, it's
and I
believed...
just wanted to rule out the other one.
Yeah, now it is believed that she's actually taken over Osiris. Now, I don't think this is actually true. I think it's somebody else, because traditionally, if you read the lore, if Savathun's actually appeared to somebody, it's as a like a grandma figure, an old lady, a kindly old lady.
So the Exo that's trying to say kill all the fallen?
Lakshmi.
No. If you remember what I said before, I don't think you've actually covered that, actually. In the Deicide, is it a shotgun?
Yes, we
If you
did,
actually read that,
you did read that, didn't you?
0110110.
yes, that's basically it. In the lore tab for the Deicide,
Yeah.
there is a hidden code, and it is literally binary. Now, the clever people at Raid Secrets, and I believe a non-pig as well, to give them credit for this, actually got the binary and translated it, and I can't remember the exact what it was, but it turned out it was a repeating pattern of notes. And do you know what those notes were?
No.
Savathun's song.
Savathun's song.
Okay.
The moon's made of cheese.
I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
So basically, this is in a future war cult system. Now, what else is in the future war cult system? But the machine they use to glimpse into the future.
Right.
So, as they look into the future, they are being affected by Savathun's song and influenced by Savathun.
So, like I said, the Exo chick that's trying to kill all of the
No,
fallen.
she's being tricked by Savathun into thinking.
She's been influenced by Savathun, not taken over.
Yeah, she's being tricked.
You see
by
the
her.
difference?
I do see the difference, but like,
Look,
she
if you-
doesn't have
I'll
light,
give you
though,
this-
does she?
No, she doesn't. What? And if you look at that, and she's seeing these visions in this machine that can predict the future, that's being controlled by Savathun. So Savathun's given her a vision, saying, "Oh, do this. You'll bring the vanguard down. You'll be able to be the leader of the city, and you'll be seen as a savior." And she's going, "Oh, holy crap! That's amazing. I'm going to do that."
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And all this is her Savathun tricking Lakshmi into being this absolute racist towards the Elixni.
And somebody that she keeps mentioning is the New Monarchy, but we haven't actually seen those guys get involved. But she said New
Executor
Monarchy.
Hydo.
Yeah, she said the New Monarchy are with her in whatever they're thinking, basically.
They're
Yeah,
probably,
plans.
to be honest, they're probably sat on the fence to see which way it will go,
Mm.
and they'll back the winner.
Yeah, now the Space Goths have to fight New Monarchy and Future War Cult. All right,
No,
hunters.
no,
get your
the
cloaks.
space Goths are actually coming out of this quite good.
Of course,
because
they are.
they're basically saying, we want nothing of this. We're just going to leave anyway, so it doesn't really matter what you do.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
the
but
space goths
space is
are
not big
returning to
enough,
space
obviously.
to be goths then.
Yeah.
That's
Well, which is what
perfect.
which is all future war cult has ever wanted to do, is abandon Earth and start again somewhere else. Not future war cult, New
Dead
Monarchy.
Orbit.
No, not New Monarchy, Dead Orbit. What am I on about?
I don't know. You're the law guy, you know. And if you
One
don't
of
know,
those-
then we
one of those
definitely don't
three.
know.
Yeah,
And
so
you say
Dead
you're a
Orbit are
husband,
going to.
Bacon, and you got the name wrong 3 times, dude.
Shut up, you Titan.
Okay.
Again, I think she's wearing your skin suit. Okay, that's not a respawn thing to say.
I
Where are the
mean,
dolphins?
I think we ought to change his name to Savathun now.
I mean,
Yeah.
he does sing a lot. He does have a song or three.
That's true.
Three. Yes.
So this brings us back to Osiris.
Okay.
Now everyone's saying he's acting in all the cutscenes and everything. He's acting really weird.
Sketchy, yeah,
So
man.
yeah, he's acting sketchy as hell. Which, yes, he is.
But
Now everyone's saying he
But
is Savathun.
Hmm.
Now, I don't believe that. What if
I don't believe he's Savathun, but he is acting like
really sketchy?
yeah, but it's
But
not
let-
like because before he was sketchy for the Vanguard, for Earth, for Guardians. Now he's just
Yep.
being sketchy for him.
No.
Okay.
What would you do if you knew a way that you could end all of it, or help end all of it,
When
and
you
you
say
knew
all of
exactly
it-
what you have to do?
Well, it depends on the it here. Are you talking about all of it, meaning like
You
kill
could
Vex,
help
you kill
end the
humans,
Endless
you kill
Night.
Guardians, you kill
You could-
everything? That'll end it.
No, hang on. No, if you knew you could get rid of the Endless Night,
Yeah.
help us defeat Savathun, help the Elixni be in the city,
Okay.
and make peace,
Okay.
what would you do? And if you knew all of what you had to do there, step by step by
I
step,
mean,
would
I
you do it?
personally would do it, but
Exactly.
why
So-
does that make him act sketchy about it, though?
Because he's ignoring everything to get this done.
Oh, okay. I see.
He's ignoring Saint, he's ignoring everyone else, he's lost his ghost, but he's in the tower doing what he needs to do. So let me just this little lore segment here is actually what made me come around to this thinking. Now this is in the Immolant Part 2. And this is towards the end of it. Sagira's voice is a whisper. I'm not letting them take you. Your strength lives on through me. That's the celebrant. And this is Osiris. Give Saint my private drive, Osiris exhales, and closes his eyes. He sees himself in a million permutations, each path a life in glimpse. He takes what he can from them, not enough to savour, but enough to be immortalised in a nostalgic haze. In one, he's a blazing warrior, driving back the horrors of his longest nights. Another, a vigiled gargoyle atop the infinite forest. A grizzled elder overseeing keen disciples. In so many, he is dead. But there is one where Osiris finds happiness. He finds a time away from strife. He finds Saint, a dream of warm serenity. The peace to his purpose with Saint. There is a future that could have been enough. Now, in that moment where Sagira's actually sacrificing herself for Osiris, he's seeing all these timelines. He's seeing what could possibly be. Now, I believe he's seen a future where he can be happy with Saint. That's his end goal. So now he's going, I need this. I need the gun that fired the thing at Zavala to suppress his light. I need something else. I'm just going to stir that up a bit over there because I need them to get really riled up as part of this timeline to get to his end goal. Which is why I don't believe it's which is Osiris. And plus the fact that traditionally Savathun has always appeared as an old lady. It's out of character. I know she's the goddess of trickery, but it's absolutely well out of character for her to actually do it this way.
So you still think it's Grandma Stranger Danger, or somebody else?
I can't rule out that it's Grandma Strange Danger, but it's somebody in the tower that is of high influence and is recognized by the people. Now, I believe it's a female, possibly elderly. So we can't rule out Ikora. We can't rule out
801.
Mind you, no, because she's human.
801 is human?
Yes.
And
No,
that
no,
rules her
Ada
out?
One's Exo. It was stated in the law it was a human that was wandering through the city.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So that rules out all the Exos.
Okay.
So we've got Grandma Stranger Danger, we've got Ikora, it could possibly be, it's unlikely possibly be, Amanda.
Holiday. What
Yeah.
about Eververse? It could be her. She's always
I hope
dodgy.
so. I'd love to smack her with a bow or something.
That's
Oh,
exactly
you've got
who
a
it
good
is.
engram. Let's see what we can get you. It's a legendary ship and a couple of shaders. Oh, brilliant. Thanks very much.
Why your
Lying to
wares
you.
here with silver?
Always lying to you.
Yes. But yeah, it's at the minute traditionally I've always looked at Bungie and they've always done the thing of let's make a really obvious character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who we think's the bad guy, and then they go, "Oh, look, they're not the bad guy. They are."
Well, JK.
Do you understand what I mean?
I get
Yeah.
it.
So
you don't
with that and everything, I don't believe it's Osiris.
you don't believe it's
I
Osiris,
don't
but
quite
you don't...
know who it is yet.
Right. Okay.
But I think that will be revealed as we go along. I hope they don't do to Koira like they did with Zol and make him a strike boss instead of like a raid boss.
Well, I think if we do destroy Koira and it's not in the throne world, there is potential for her to come back. I'm right on that, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Because I think it's a nice story beat to kind of get to the point of this is something bigger that we need to fight further on down the line, and we've taken out like a low powered version of her, like we did with Oryx in the story mission kind of thing. That'd be quite interesting.
It would be.
But do you think we're going to find out towards the end of this season who's wearing what skin suit she's wearing, or is it still going to be?
I think we will.
Okay.
I think we will, but that'll be later on in the season on the lead into Witch Queen.
That's a long way off because that's after
little bit,
this
yeah.
season, and then you've got season 15 before we get to Witch
Oh,
Queen.
have they confirmed we're actually having an extra season now?
Well, we've got
'Cause
season
normally
15,
this would
haven't
see-
we, coming up,
no-
which is the cross save one after this one, which is
Yeah.
from roughly September to we don't know when, but potentially that's
'cause traditionally September we'd actually get the new year.
we would, but
which
it's not
they've pushed
coming
back.
until 2022, February, March, April, May.
I didn't
and-
actually realise they'd actually confirmed we were going to have a new season, because I thought season 15 would be Witch Queen.
No, it's not. Season
Right,
15
okay,
is
no,
just
that's fine.
season 15 at the moment. I mean, if you have a look on your season pass respawn, what does it say for?
I'm not in game.
Oh,
I'm not in game either, but hang on, just wait 2 minutes.
how many seasons have we had so far? We're in the third season, aren't we?
I mean, we're in season 14 right
Yes,
now.
but it's the third season of. We had season of the Hunt, then we had season of the Chosen, and now we're in season of the Splicers. So we get another season. That's the 4 that we bought for the year, which would be season 15. Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, I'm in game looking at the past, and it says 14, this one, the next one, and then it doesn't have anything after that.
Yeah, so the next one is season 15, which will be the 4th on the season pass that we've purchased. So, yeah, do we find out at the end of season 14, at the end of, I think it's August, isn't it, when we have the crescendo to this season going into season 15, or do we then find out later on? Maybe when we're turning in all those cookies to her at Christmas, she reveals herself in the tower.
Negative.
No?
Turns out the cookies were
Well, we
poisoned
have
all
got the extra
along.
mission. We have got the extra mission that's actually on the what do they call it?
Yes, I know what you mean. Where the Scourge of the Past final boss was. Yeah?
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
Where
yeah, it's on the roadmap. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Roadmap. It's on the roadmap where we have to do a mission, actually in the ruins.
Yes. So where the Elixir are kind of based at the moment, there is a mission there that was on the roadmap. And also something I haven't heard people talk about for the last couple of weeks, but will probably come up again in the next couple of weeks, is you remember at the beginning of Season of Splicers, there were those confluxes on the different points on the Tangled Shore. When you spawned in to do one of the strikes, there was
Yeah,
you could
I
activate it and
remember that as well.
it would then spawn some enemies, some hive knights and things, and they suddenly just took it out of the game. That's obviously got to do with something towards the end of the season as well. That's I'm going to be quite
Yeah,
interested
because we
to
had
see.
to go. There was a an achievement for us actually going around to actually do that.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see those things come around. So do you think by the end of this season we'll know who's the skin suit, or do you think it's going to be after this season? Do you think it's going to be leading into the Witch Queen? Do you think we're still going to be it's going to be one of these teasers that's going to be for the next 6 to 8 months?
I think we're going to deal with Koira by the end of the season.
Yeah, but not the
With
skin
regards to this, with regards to the skin suit causing trouble in the city, I don't. Now we're going to solve the Endless Night because that's all dealt with by Koira.
Yeah.
But the build up for, I think that's what maybe the new mission is in the ruins. Will be the
Botsa
ending
ruins,
of
isn't it? Botsa.
the Botsa ruins. That's it.
Yeah. You
I was
say
about
it
to say
enough
Baja
times.
ruins.
Yeah, I remember what it is.
The mission in the Botsa ruins, I believe, will be defend Elixir against future war cult,
Okay.
which makes sense.
And they did data. Well, there wasn't data mine, but in various different locations on that map, you can go, and there are like barred areas that have data pads behind that people were thinking that maybe this is an exotic mission later on that you have to activate these pads in the area. I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know.
Don't remember that.
It's one of those things. Bungie is known for throwing. It looks like we've got a real obvious path to actually follow, and then they'll actually throw us a complete curveball in there, and we don't know where to go from there.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Al, for dropping in and answering a few questions. I'm sure we'll have a few more, and if we get some listener questions or Respawn thinks about some more questions.
Oh, I was having a big debate about this with Taylor B from the Spinfall Theory podcast of our views on it, and he's not with me on it, but that's my own personal view that it's not Osiris.
Well, we're going to
He's
go with
seen
you on this. We'll support you until it is Osiris, and then we're going to dump your ass. We're going to find a new lawman that knows what they're talking about.
Well, is it Sweaty Spooks or Truth Lives that's quite friendly with Mylan?
No,
Just trying to get him on his show.
No, we've got you. That's enough. We've got you, and we've got a Respawn that knows something.
We have enough good accents. We don't need more better accents, because then you'll have to replace me with somebody who has a much more suave accent than I do.
Although it looks like we've lost the Respawn.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
He's there. He's waiting. Just because he goes quiet for a moment doesn't mean he's not here.
He loses his train of thought.
No, I'm not losing my train of thought. For some reason, I'm actually getting a pretty bad headache, actually.
Oh, it's all that thinking. Well, thank you, Arf. Yeah.
You know what? I should have seen it coming. That's my fault.
Thanks, Arf.
That's not a problem. I'll see you later, guys.
See you
Thank
later.
sir. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So thank you for that lore, not ARF. I don't know where it was cut off at, but we'll find out. But apparently, when ARF finishes, Cosmo has
Hang on a
something
minute.
to say
Hang on a
about it.
minute. I haven't even given you an introduction. People don't even know what you're talking about.
I've got some feedback that the hunters win Guardian games, and then the whole city just falls to the Taken.
Okay, first of all, two
What-
unrelated events.
What happened? This is on your watch, Guardian Game winners.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we took over the city. We won Guardian Games, and the city didn't fault anybody. We just had to
Really?
put modes into things. Yeah, no, everything was
Really?
fine. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if I'm completely wrong, tell me,
Anyway.
which is fine.
Is it now time for some Respawn's report roundup?
I suppose it is. And in saying that, Cosmo is looking for feedback on Guardian Games. What'd you like? What you want to have changed? Well, what I liked is the fact that Hunters won, as they should have been. If I could change anything, I would remove the catch-up mechanic. That way, it's not so close next time. Hunters should just win by a landslide every time. And
To be honest, I don't think he was asking for your individual feedback. I think it was feedback from the community, not just you.
I'm part of the community. Thank you, sir.
I know you are, and I'm sure that you can be vocal in any other place apart from here.
I'll just
What do you mean
direct
apart
like,
from here?
I'll just direct you to the last 10 or 15 episodes where Respawn had lots of thoughts on Guardian Games. There's many hours of Respawn's thoughts on Guardian Games. So yeah, there's no shortage of Respawn's hot takes
and opinions.
So Zam, aka Zane Mess, says, "Hey, at Damage or at Cosmo, for some reason, some of the Banshee's weapons don't have Masterworks on them even after purchasing. Right now, it's an issue on False Promises, Aikido, Sniper, Truth Teller, and the Seraph Saw. Cosmo says, looks like we have a bug, and this will be fixed in the next update." See, that is info. See, Cosmo, he must be a hunter, right?
Yeah, he's the
Because
hunter.
instead of just saying, "Oh, we'll look into it," he said, "Nope, got a fix coming next patch." Bam! Information. Thank you, Cosmo.
That's because he asked the team, and they probably went, "Yeah, we know about this. It's in the next patch. Just go back and tell them that."
Okay, why didn't the other guy do the same damn thing then?
Because when he goes to the team, they
Because it wasn't
say,
in the next patch.
"We didn't know about that, and
Uh-huh.
it's not in the next patch." So say that
Sure.
you've passed it on to the team.
Sure.
This was
Destiny News says
this was
Bungie held
pre-passed
another.
onto the team.
Destiny News says Bungie held another community summit yesterday with Destiny content creators to get
It's
feedback
another
on the
one
game.
in 2 weeks. That's 2 in 2 weeks.
Still probably the same people in their same little
No,
freaking.
they're different people.
I'm sure they are.
Different people.
Destiny News also says ICYMI in case you missed it, right? Did I
Yep.
get that right?
Well done. Yeah, well done. You remembered something. Well
Got it.
retained.
Job.
Horace Lee's, damn it. Horace Lee's pulse rifle will not be reissued with the upcoming Destiny 2 update on 7.6. Cosmo says, "No, we know there's a lot of feedback around the Nightfall specific weapons, but it's not included in this update." Bio.
Which is a shame because it's a really good pulse rifle. It's
really good.
It's a 540 RPM, really fast firing. It's amazing. It's really good for PvP.
Mm-hmm. So DMG says, "Don't buy the spicy ramen coupon emblem. It's meant to be a free gift on Bungie Day from us to you. Data miners, please stop spoiling content, whether it be story or emblem codes. I know it can be exciting to be the first person with cool info, but please respect the fun." This is after somebody called Tryhard Trials player Tristan discovered that there's going to be a classy. It's called a classy order, and it is a spicy ramen emblem. So there you go.
And of
DMG
course,
followed up.
we're trying to sell them, so he's like, "Guys, don't buy this. You're going to get it for free. It's not a secret thing that the Trials players got. Just wait a minute."
Yeah. And then DMG says, "How did you get this? We were going to use it as a Bungie Day gift for the community." Following up with that. So for everybody that loves the Fallen Babies, and I just mean you can't go without having Fallen Baby merch, you have good news. Even though Bungie Store is permanently sold out of the little Fallen Babies that they have that glow in the dark, these guys, Numbskull Designs, have got you covered. They've got hats, they've got cups, they've got t-shirts, they've got everything with Fallen Babies. All of the Fallen Babies. You want a Fallen Baby? You want a Fallen Baby? I want a Fallen Baby. He wants a Fallen Baby. She wants a Fallen Baby. Everybody gets a Fallen Baby from Numbskull Designs. They said if you've fallen for Fallen Babies, aka Elixni, as much as Numbskull Designs have, you're going to love the latest addition to their Destiny range. Pre-order. There's a link. Destiny the game. Destiny 2. Oh, that's just the hashtags. And DMG responds to this with,
And that's it.
With stun silence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stun silence.
Stun
Well, there we
silence.
go.
Yeah, see, Numbskull Designs has to pick up for Destiny's lack of, stuff.
Babies.
No, lack of everything. I mean, I'm still waiting. They said, hey, my jacket was supposed to be coming in June. It's June. It's almost
still June.
July. Where's
No,
my
but
jacket?
it's still June. It's still June.
Yeah, they've got 4 days of June left, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also,
Wait,
did they say June of which year?
Yeah.
Did they say which June? Maybe they meant they've given it to a lady named June, and she will get it to your house eventually.
Is that what it is?
Maybe
Okay.
it'll be on week 8 of the Eververse store, which is the 29th of June.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah. So for your silver this week.
You're in Florida.
Sorry.
What do you need a jacket for? What do you
Because
think
I
you would-
work in places that have snow.
no,
quite
no,
often.
No, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, okay.
That doesn't
For your,
check out.
for your
And
silver
every
this
year,
week.
I
For
go
your
to
silver.
Longmont, Colorado, and someplace in Canada that I can't remember the name. So it gets quite cold where I go, friend.
So for
Very
your
good.
silver this week on your
Yeah.
Eververse store, you
Yep.
have the binary function ornament
Yep.
for the duality.
Yep.
You have the Joker Bang, which
Yep.
is your emote with
Yep.
like a fake gun with a little flag coming out the end. Looks
Yep.
pretty cool. We have the Firebreaker Rescue, which is Bright Dust this current week that we're in. So that's that yellowy sparrow vehicle thing that looks pretty
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
And the Here I Am emote. That's for your silver.
Yep.
For your Bright Dust for week 8, we have the Firebreaker Shell to match your Firebreaker Sparrow from this week. You have the Ghost Shell next week, and that will be for 2,850 Bright Dust.
Whew.
You have the Bound by Oath ornament for the Ariana's Vow, and that will be 1,250 Bright Dust. Pegasus Projection for your Ghost Shell, and that's 1,500 Bright Dust. The Boral Shah, which is your shader, which is 300 Bright Dust. I still can't get over that 300 Bright Dust. You have the Dubious Correlation, which is your exotic emote, and that is 3,250 Bright Dust. You have the M3/D1 Angelos, so that's your Sparrow, the exotic Sparrow for this week.
Yo, can you put some excitement into this? You put me to sleep, demon.
Well, they're not exciting this week.
Neither are you.
No.
That's why he's not excited. He's just
Right.
like, it's a thing. You could buy it, but why?
God.
So that's
just-
yes, your
at least
Sparrow
the-
for
at least change the
2,500
Tony
Bright
voice.
Dust. Okay, I'll change it up for this one. Okay. The AOKIFAASSL65. That's your ship. And that is only 2,000 Bright Dust. 2,000, guys.
That
if you're
sounds way
sleeping on
better.
this, you should go and get this now. No, not now, actually. Next week. Go and get it next week when it drops on the 29th.
I like it. Do it again.
Good. There's also
Damn
the
it.
Universal ornament for your class, and that will be the Cortez grips, gauntlets, or gloves, depending on what class you rock. And they will be for 1,200 Bright Dusts. You have the Fancy Footwork multiple layer emote for 12,050
Oh my
Bright
God,
Dust.
how many more are there?
47 more, and you're gonna like every last one of them.
I don't wanna
Drowning
do
in
this anymore.
Strife. This is your exotic ornament for your Wither Horde. This is the one with looks like the hive ruins wrapped around it. Looks pretty nice and cool. I think they glow. And that's what 1,250 Bright Dust. And then finally, your Depository Projection, which is for your ghost, and that is 1,500 Bright Dust. And that is your Eververse store for this week from your Upbeat Night Demon.
Love it.
Like, comment,
on
and
that
subscribe.
exciting note, I'm going to do the clan of the week. Call out. Drum roll, please.
Inserted
Insert
here.
Drum roll. Okay. Are you purring?
Yeah, you purred. I put the drum roll in, and then you purred after the drum roll.
Leave
What
it in.
is that?
So this is from Doo 56. It's DUW 56. I'm assuming that's doo. Hey, I was looking to enter my clan into Clan of the Week. Deadly Bananas. First of all, great damn name. Right?
Respawn approved.
Very well done. There's got to be a story behind that, and I want to hear the story. So if you're listening to this, tell us what the story behind that name is. Anyway, Deadly Bananas is an Xbox One clan with some cross-save PC players such as myself. We are a group of online friends who play Destiny religiously, even though we have a love and hate relationship with it. Dude, that's everybody. You're not alone. Definitely, I will give this to... Oh, that's not him.
Definitely, I'll give it to Respawn to read because he just reads like Ron Burgundy and just carries on reading.
I do. Okay. Anyway, thanks to you guys for making
Accurate.
grinding infamy that bit less boring. You're very welcome. We do what we can. Do 56, member of Deadly Bananas.
And that will be linked in the show notes. If you click on that, that'll take you to the Bungie page for the clan sign up. And go and sign up with those. And I believe they said Xbox and PC. Was that right?
He said Xbox with some cross-save players on PC. Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
Now-
Similar to the Frozen clan.
There you go.
Now we might lose Respawn to this clan because they do have a guy in the clan named Remember Kate 6. So I mean,
Oh, what?
you know,
I'm gonna be his friend. How did you know that? You look it up somewhere? How did you look it up?
because I went to the page where it shows you the clan, and then you can see who the founder is and the admins and who's in the
How
clan.
do you do that? Is that in the links?
There's a link that I clicked on in the document, and then I even put it in the thread.
There it is. Deadly
if you
Bananas.
Leave him to figure that out.
I
Why
got
don't you
her
go
already.
through the Why don't you go through the reviews that we've had?
We have had reviews. I have to remember where you've put the reviews because I saw them on one of these 15 channels.
Questions and feedback. Questions and feedback.
Marvelous. That does seem like a good place for them, doesn't it?
It does.
New reviews. Amazing! 5 stars. I love the show. I just started listening and I'm working on the backlog of episodes. Good luck. Great podcast. Keep up the great work. Hashtag Team Warlock. And that was from Mammon18363392. Possibly a friend of Froggy. Possibly not. That's a lot of numbers. Good job, sir, from Apple Podcasts. Thank you to Warlock. See, you are out there. You do listen. We just, don't represent you here. But that's all us. And then we have It's All Is Quiet. Hello, It's All Is Quiet. I've been really liking your show. I guess I won't read it quietly because that would just be rude to him. I've been really liking your show and would like to hear more. I think I have a great idea for an exotic armor piece. Kell of Kells, a universal chess piece. It is time for a new Kell. Might I recommend Mithrax from Varix. The exotic perk will be the Splicer's Blessing. This chess piece has 2 extra arms, allowing you to reload while sprinting, aiming down sights, or sliding. Please, can this get a mention? Tanks. Sincerely, Elijah. Dear sir, that's phenomenal. I've always wanted more arms, but just let me dual wield. Let me dual wield.
Imagine
something.
that in Mayhem. All the grenades. Shax wants you to throw all the grenades. It's every grenade.
Could I have every grenade? Can I grab grenades off of Guardians as I run by and throw those grenades too?
I'd love that.
I love this chess piece idea. I want to
Yep.
be a Calical. I just want more arms. I've already said I want to be a Fallen Guardian, so just give me the arms. Real, fake, exotic. I'm not picky. More arms.
That would be amazing.
That would be. You know what else is amazing?
No.
Go on.
Our ability to keep the show going after 126 episodes. It's pretty.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It is.
And part of what makes it so amazing is Nitedemon watches all of the YouTube for you each and every week. Sometimes with his wife knowing, sometimes with not. So he's here to tell you what YouTube is worth watching this week and if Deacon approves of it. Now, to be clear, she doesn't approve of any of it because it's all silly and there's too many people hopping around and it's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
But this is more of a lengthwise approval. Is it worth your time lengthwise, or is it going to be an hour and a half and you're going, well, why did I just watch that? So Nitedemon, tell us, is it worth watching it, and does Deacon approve?
Well, as you said, Deacon doesn't approve of hardly. No, actually, no, doesn't approve of any Destiny. But a Houndish video where he goes over a secret message has been found. Now, some content creators this week received a package from Bungie with a cassette tape. Now, for people that are younger than, I'd say, 20 that don't know what a cassette tape is, look it up. But they received a cassette tape and a means of being able to play this cassette tape. And they
Oh,
found
good. I was just gonna say because it would be kind of
Yeah.
rude to send a cassette tape and be like, "You're on your own."
and there is dialogue on there from the crow, which he plays in the video. And then there's this kind of like crackle towards the end of the tape, and it's something that I believe Raid Secrets are looking into because there might be more hidden meaning to it. But go and check out the Houndish video if you are interested in seeing what that is pertaining to. Destiny Fun Police has put a really interesting video together going over the Behemoth Titan and a movement guide for it. So this is a post patch. So where people have been complaining that the Behemoth Titan has been nerfed with its movement, Destiny Fun Police would like to prove you wrong and show you how you should be moving using a Behemoth Titan and what to kind of use. Aztecross has got a really cool build using Energy Accelerant. Now, this is the mod that you can get, I believe, from your artifact for the Firefly explosions, and it apparently is working on using the Jotun, but it's not using.
Working
it's not
on
working.
a lot of things. Actually.
It's not working on the initial hit with the Jotun. It's the extra damage ticks that you get from the fire on the Jotun that it's working on. So he's pairing this with the Paths of the Burning Steps for the Titan. He's calling it the Firewalker PvE build because it's definitely a PvE build. So have a look at that. Cool Guy's done a really nice, neat video going over aiming tips, mainly for PvP. But this is more about kind of making sure you're kind of in the zone and not just rushing, sitting down and just playing the game. It's kind of getting into the zone if you want to kind of improve how you're playing. I think this was a really cool guide. So I've linked that in the show notes. Anybody that's, again, new to Destiny or anybody that wants to kind of refresh tips on using Destiny Item Manager, Datto this week put out a cool video on optimizing your armor sets. And he goes over creating several different armor sets using Destiny Item Manager. So for anybody that's experienced or not experienced using this third-party app, Datto goes over that for you. And for our Warlock friends out there, I know you've been missing out for the last couple of weeks. So I've now got you covered this week. There are, I think, about three or four videos this week for you. Brave X Hero has the Ultimate Warlock Guide with tips and tricks. I Frostbolt has a Le Monarch and Mantle of Battle Harmony Warlock PvP build. Now, the Mantle of Battle Harmony is the exotic chess piece that you can get from one of the Lost Sectors. It's one of those new ones that's kind of come up. What it basically does is you get a kill with an elemental weapon of the element that your subclass is, and it helps charge up your super faster. But once you've kind of got your super, what the Mantle of Battle Harmony does is then enhance your energy weapon or your heavy weapon, as long as that's matching your subclass element, to give extra damage. So he was using it on a Void Warlock and getting one-shot kills with headshots. Pretty damn sweet in PvP, so I thought I'd kind of link that. Apathetic has done the Ultimate Warlock Movement Guide. Now, this kind of goes in tandem with the Brave X Hero Guide, but it's more focused on how to move as a Warlock. And he shows you using, I mean, he's got a camera kind of showing you how he's doing it on keyboard and mouse, and using keybinds and what to push where to kind of get that nice Warlock slide and the movements going. So I thought I'd link that as well if you are kind of looking into improving how you move in PvP mainly. Patigates Gaming has got the strongest build in D2. Now, this again is on a Warlock, but it's using I think it's the Truth Teller grenade launcher and the Dead Man's Tail. And he says it's the strongest build that he can use in PvP. You know, he didn't believe it to start off with, but he's kind of come around to using it. So check that out. Castle Content has done a common PvP mistakes with team awareness. Now, this is one of those videos where people have sent him clips of their gameplay and he analyzes it. So I thought this was quite interesting because some of the gameplay is very similar to how, you know, one day you could be in the zone and how I play, and then the other days it's how I play poorly. And, you know, I thought it was very interesting to watch because he breaks it all down for you and tells you where you're going right, tells you where you're going wrong for these people. But I thought it was quite an interesting one to look at. And then finally, Patigates Gaming has done another one of his like interview kind of videos that he speaks to another PvP player and discusses tips. And this is from Say Wallabra. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a top 0.1% PvP player. Really good, and he has some really good, interesting ideas. Again, in his video, I think he's broken it down into timestamps as well. So if you want to kind of skip to different sections on what they're talking about, or just watch the whole thing, it's only about 16 minutes long. It's quite a short interview, not like his other ones that were for about half an hour. This is only for about 15 minutes. And that's it for this week. I mean, you've got your Grandmasters that I'll also link in the show notes. You've got your 1310 Lost Sector guides, and then you've got your tips and tricks, your clan focus, your Houndish and your Astrocross ones for your lecterns, and your Eververse calendar stuff. So yeah, covered.
Sounds like you've got everything you could ever want, and just a little bit more. And now, is it time? Is it time? Are we
Time.
ready?
It's time to say goodbye to Peroty, because Peroty thinks he can have a holiday for 2 weeks.
He does think he
So-
can have a holiday for 2 weeks. This is the problem with people, wanting you to travel and get in airplanes and being like, go visit your family across the country out where there's no internet and microphones and podcasts. So who knows?
So I'm
what you're
warning
gonna get.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm warning
Did you tell them
everybody.
that you won't come and visit them until they get cameras and videos and internet and
I'm warning the
podcasts?
people for the next couple of weeks. It's either going to be me and the hunter,
Or
or me and the
abject
hunter. Yeah,
chaos.
just chaos basically. We may draft some other people in. We may not. We may just kind of go it alone. Then maybe just fighting.
I mean, there will definitely just be fighting. I mean, just 1v1 chaotic combat for 2.5 straight hours. I mean, that's clearly what's going to happen.
Yeah, for the next 2 weeks.
Or Respawn will just be lost and not know what to do without a wingman, and you'll be like, it's just him and me, and you talk around each other for 2 hours.
Look, Respawn appreciates the wingman, but Respawn is not defined by the wingman, okay? Respawn is still Respawn.
With a headache.
regardless of wingman.
Too much thinking.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think it's this damn lamp that's right in front of me. It's like awkwardly shining in my face.
well, I guess, dear listener, you just like me will have to see and have to hear what happens, because until 2 weeks from now, thank you for joining us. Your Titans, your Peroty, and Nitedemon. Your hunters, no one responsible in real life.
Up.
Your lore scribe, who's back, is not Arf. What's not Arf? Ask lore. You can email the show at twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com, or on Twitter at twotitans_hunter. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Because that's where we are. That's where we hang out. That's where we listen to your feedback, your questions, your answers. You're going while you're listening to this playing Gambit, because that's what we're here for you. You can find all your favorite Guardians on Xbox Live, Respawn on PC, and if you're trying to alt-tab your way out of Stadia, just don't. You should instead listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and everywhere fine podcasts are sold. And watch the show on YouTube, because Nitedemon puts in a lot of work, so you can watch him fall into holes over and over again as cannons fail to fire. And as I've stumbled through this, I'm taking 2 weeks off to come back, but we will not be off next week. You will have something. You will listen to it. You will enjoy it. And with that, gents,
It's a mystery.
say goodbye.
Deuces!
Little bit. Respawn is going to one man this override in second.
Probably will.
Incoming.
Because I don't even know what the shoot button is on this keyboard.
Your shoot button is on your mouse. Oh, you don't have a mouse?
Trackpad.
I have what you
Just-
gave me.
Just tap the
I have-
trackpad.
I'll tap
Yeah.
the trackpad.
You can tap the trackpad, or
I'm going to stand in a corner and just tap it every now and then.
Yeah.
tap. The fire button
Look,
on a trackpad is going to be the leftmost button, and
okay,
the rightmost button is how you
Yep.
sight in.
okay, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
1 week later.
Go and see who's at the door.
It's your mum.
It's not. She's in Nottingham.
Surprise! Wait, that's an actual place.
Oh my
Nottingham,
God.
yes,
Nottingham. Oh my god.
yes. And it also it does have a sheriff as well.
Why I assume that if it's a real place, but
It's
I just thought it was like
it's
you
like
know,
the
a made-up
stories
city.
of your
You
childhood
thought it
are
was like King
actual real.
Arthur, didn't you? You thought it was as made up as King Arthur, Robin Hood.
He's
mhm.
Knights of the Round Table who dance when they're
I
able.
did. What? I did.
The following Thursday.
And then my aircon goes wrong, and potentially the hottest week of the year.
And you won't be able to get it fixed until the
Hooray!
next year. At the
No,
rate
it's
these
done.
things are going. Is it? Wow,
Yes.
here in America, AC repairs are behind for months.
No,
'Cause of
this is my
components and
aircon on my
labor.
car. We don't have aircon in houses.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have. We
Well, they-
open a window.
Respawn.
that's
they
aircon
don't
in
live.
houses.
They don't live in a literal swamp like you do. They live more in like New Hampshire level temperatures, not the swamp of
It's
Florida.
cold and wet in the winter,
Dude,
and it's
I
hot
am
and
currently in South Dakota, and I have an AC
Okay,
in my
so-
room.
Right. So
yeah, we do in hotels. We're not
Yeah.
uncivilized.
Okay, I was gonna say
We're
I
not
do have
completely
AC.
uncivilized.
I thought you meant like as
Just
a
mostly,
country
yeah.
you don't have AC. I'm like, what?
Generally, in a house,
The
in
EU took
like
it with them.
where you live,
Yeah,
you don't have AC. You just cope.
but
you
it
have
gets
central
hot
heat-
there. It gets
You open a
ass
window.
hot there.
And have a
What?
portable fan.
you open a
have
window.
like big portable fans.
Wow.
So really, you could say all you have are OnlyFans.
That's just wrong.
Several months later.
They're on the moon. It's made of cheese. Night demons frustrated.